last time, I'm gonna tell you to get your ass off my lawn. Do it, or I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna find you. I'll hunt you down in the street and kill you, punk. Off! Get off!
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
All right, folks. It's Radio Underground. I didn't do my normal yelling Radio Underground thing because we have some bad news. Me and Brian have decided, just the two of us, that Al threw a huge fit on us.
Power play, actually.
Yeah.
Power trip.
He tried to ruin the show and split off, much like Lucifer.
Yep.
And take 1/3 of the angels with him.
Much like Lucifer Morningstar.
Yeah.
On his fall from heaven.
So Al's gone. Don't ask about him anymore. It was mostly his decision. He really didn't want it.
He really gave us no other choice.
He gave us no choice. Plus, it was clear he didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So if you like Al, don't listen anymore.
Maybe he'll start his own podcast.
Yeah. So he's gone.
He's gone.
So now that we're Al-less,
yeah,
and we can get on to some of the talking points. So did you happen to see Dolly Parton's boobs, Brian?
I did. She fit into that costume really well.
Yes. And like I was
one guy I was sitting by some of my wife's family members, and he's like, "She's 86," and she fit. And I'm like, "I don't think she's 86, man." It's like, "No, 86."
86. That's overshooting it.
I'm like, "No, okay." And then I finally looked up later. I'm like, "She's 77." He's like, "Oh, someone said 86." I just went with that. Like, you have a phone in your hand. Just do some research.
Something that I didn't know, I thought Dolly was a little older than she is, but I thought this person was younger than she is, was Susan Sarandon. They're the same age.
They are.
I thought that Susan Sarandon was about maybe like 68.
I knew she was older. I didn't realize she was quite that old, but that makes sense. She's a little bit older than my dad. Yeah, I guess so.
So I didn't realize that she those big flopping titties.
Yeah.
I didn't even really notice all these years. Maybe it's because Gina Davis, I was just so into her.
Yeah,
when I was younger that I just didn't notice it.
Sarandon's got some cans.
Sarandon's straight up stacked.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that till she's all the certain geopolitical events that are taking place right now.
Oh, what do you mean?
And she took a stance. And
did I miss something? No, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, so people were posting her cans.
Wow.
We're doing good, Joseph. Sorry to admit that L left the show.
I mean, betrayal is kind of small.
Betrayal. He turned his back.
Strong
on me.
Word, but
turned his back on me and Brian. He said, "I hate you, and I don't want anything to do with you anymore."
I mean, you should have heard the things he said about you, Joseph. No, he didn't do that. I can't do that to him.
Yeah,
he didn't say anything about you.
But Brian's his brother. Maybe Brian will keep talking to him. I don't know. He's my cousin. Maybe at family gatherings I'll talk to him or something.
Yeah,
you can ruin my fucking
things
show.
happen, man.
It's okay though. No ill will towards anyone. Nothing but love.
Yeah,
nothing but love.
I mean, you can fuck off, but that's cool.
Yeah. So back to the boobs.
Boobs.
Yeah. So I was asking my uncle, like, dude, Susan Sarandon's boobs, dude. Did you notice them? Like, yeah. And he said, there's one scene where she's washing them in a sink. I'm like, okay, I got to look that up. From the old movie.
Wasn't she naked in Bull Durham?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing her. I know she tied Tim Robbins to a bed.
Yeah, but I think later on there was some nudity.
Yeah, so
Rocky Horror, there was some close. I don't think she was.
I think we were talking about this there's some women in retrospect, like I said, I didn't know she was that good looking. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because sometimes you're fixated on one. I had a thing for Gina Davis, 6 foot tall, nice full lips.
Yep.
So I didn't notice that, that, was she Louise? Was that the one she played?
I don't even remember.
Or was she Thelma? I was into Thelma, not Louise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I can see.
Yeah.
So
they were both pretty good looking in that movie too.
Yeah. Like Jay says, yeah, he's a loose cannon, tested your friendship. Hey, man, he always pushes the envelope.
Yep.
That's what we liked. He brought us the ratings with that pushing of the envelope.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too much. You can't, it's kind of like David Lee Roth. Sometimes those spin kicks, they catch you when you're on stage. You know what I mean?
No, Gina Davis looks gross maybe now.
Yeah,
she didn't
now.
look gross back in the day.
When she was young, she looked like a model.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she looks like now. I haven't seen her. Rip Alan will be missed. Yes. He's not dead.
Yeah, he's
He's not. He just no longer wants to be part of the show.
No.
He made it clear via text. We asked him one last time, about 10 minutes before the show.
He just said, I won't be there.
I won't be there. So he's he's done.
Done.
I can't make somebody want something they don't want.
No.
We're all grown men. We can, we got to have go our own way in life. One thing though, we can do our favorite Al memories if you want.
Still like a retrospective.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember one time he showed up to this show right when he got out of jail.
Yeah.
He was sober, and we were talking about Daria Loshvitskina, the ASMR girl. Remember that?
That was the first time he'd ever heard of ASMR. Alan had no idea what it was.
So that's a good Alan moment. You have Alan? Well, that's good. Now he can be a viewer since he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, since he quit on us.
So, yeah, that's fine.
He literally said, I won't be there.
And so I remember that. And he didn't know what ASMR was, and I was glad to introduce him to it.
Yeah.
That was a good moment.
I mean, he became up with the infamous, not just infamous, but it's not infamous, it's famous also. It's beyond famous catchphrase, I'm going to fuck them aliens.
Yep.
He always did that.
Fucking that alien.
Fucking that alien.
Yeah. So
Fucking that alien.
we like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things he did. The frog soup at midnight, the lizard croaks. So we're just we're kind of in mourning.
Wait, do you have a frog suit? Like it's an actual like a frog, or like a for diving and stuff, like that type of the rubber type suit. Actually, I think you got the rubber suit too. Just I'm not sure.
But
you must okay.
The best part about Al, and I've said this about other people, but I can say it about him too. Truly, he's never stabbed me in the front, so that was nice of him.
Yeah. Oh, it's a wetsuit.
Yeah, like the
I like where's it going?
It's a wetsuit. Yeah. So anyway, man, like, what's your guys' favorite Al moment? Brian, do you have one? GFK? Is this another good one?
GFK is a good one, yeah.
Don't fuck kids. I like, that's a good motto.
Oh, it's a very good motto, yeah.
A lot of people have trouble with that. Why, I don't know.
I don't know.
But
that should be just something you automatically is ingrained in your head at all times is, DFK.
Yeah. It's just sad. It's just sad,
Howdy, cuz. I'm sorry. Howdy, cuz.
What's up, Premise Land? He was like, the first night I streamed, there was 2 or 3 people listening, but he was my lone viewer on my Twitch, I think, last night.
I didn't see your post until like 5 hours after you did it.
Yeah.
It was like, I went to bed really late.
It was more of a one-on-one conversation between me and Ted.
I was
my
up
stream.
I was up till 4:00, and I look at my phone at 4:00 in Facebook, and it says, just streaming live on Twitch. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that till right now.
Yeah, I was playing a little Phantom Liberty. We'll get into that later, what I discovered on there. I know you know it.
I think, someone else had mentioned something about it.
But, Alan, maybe when he comes in here as a listener, I'll talk to it about him.
Yeah.
DFK, that's right. Hey, get that hashtag going for Al.
Jay did say, in retrospect, he's been hanging around with me and Andrew a lot, so there might be a slight influence of irresponsibility on our part. I'm not saying it's all your guys' fault.
So is he going to join? Going to join you guys?
Are you starting a podcast? Is that what it was? You guys are stealing them from us?
Yeah. AWH Music does a podcast now. Just blow us out of the water with their 22,000 followers.
Oh wait, are they actually doing a podcast?
I don't know.
Oh, they were saying they're doing one now. I'm like, wait, what?
It would outrank ours simply by volume.
Just turn on. Yeah, just hit the play button, and all of a sudden you would have automatically more viewers than us.
Yeah.
Alan does like Fiji water. That's true. It's another memory.
Does he still drink that alkaline water? I haven't seen that in a while.
No, I think it's just no. He hasn't been doing that. The pH water and stuff. That stuff that's supposed to balance your pH. No, I don't think he's done that.
You don't want to go alkaline. You're like Tom Brady was the first to do that.
He was.
But I don't know. Another thing too is it's good for him to talk about various shows he's been to the year. Al was kind of our music live show correspondent, man.
He's definitely got more experience with the live shows than we do.
I'm not jealous of him. I'm not jealous of him. That's why he's not here. Because I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Wow, I meant to type something
Now
else into my
now
search
it's my
bar.
show. Now it's mine.
I meant to type something else into my search bar, and my head was thinking jealous. I typed in jealous into the search bar. I'm like, wait, that's wrong.
Brian's gonna be my Renfield. He's gonna do what I say. I finally got the set up I want. He's gonna bring me victims.
Yeah, that's fine.
Adult victims, DFK. Adult
victims.
That's what he's bringing.
And also, they're not really victims; they're just guests. Because I don't want to like abduct somebody.
No,
I mean if I have to for ratings, that's cool.
yeah. So it was sad, man. Sad to lose Al this way.
I didn't want it to happen this way, man.
Yeah,
You know, he's
Al has a definitive music library. Yeah, he does, man.
he does.
So
He does have some interesting stuff. He's seen a lot of different bands, a lot of bands you wouldn't expect. So he does have a nice perspective on a lot of it that you don't expect him to have. But I mean, he saw Ice Cube.
did he see Hall & Oates?
I don't know.
Did you hear about what's happening with those guys?
Yeah,
They're having a bitter divorce at like 80.
yeah. It's like I don't understand it. Like you said earlier, it's like why even do it now? Why didn't you do it like 20 years ago? If you're gonna do it.
It's like divorcing your wife at 80. It's like, okay, if you can't stand each other, you made it through all the touring and stuff, and now you're gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
Should have been a thing where you just fucking. It should have been done long ago. It should have been like 1987. This should have happened. Now you got to fucking.
Yeah.
Got to get a restraining order on your co-writer for playing. I think it was for playing the songs. That's where the beef started.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah. Well, it's there's a little bit more. I just saw Premise Lands. Alan's no longer part of the show. Yeah, I think you missed that because he decided to leave us. He's not here.
He doesn't want to do it anymore.
He said we tried talking to him just before the show, and he texted us and says, well, I'll read part of it. I'll read part of it just so you can hear it. I mean, it doesn't matter now, does it?
No, you can. He did tell me, this is a personal text, that if you want to talk about it like anymore, you're going to lose your teeth. So I'm like,
I don't need to say more. It's kind of a private thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad that part of it has to be public because, you know, we can't really explain.
I don't feel like what's going on.
Hey, you're here.
Thought you quit.
Yeah, we thought you quit. What was all that talk?
What was all that talk about? Hey, thanks.
I'm not going to be there.
You brought me a Diet Coke.
That's what it
You're
said.
back in, man.
I'm not going to be there until late. Oh, I didn't get the second part of that text. Until late. Said I'm not going to be there until late.
Oh,
I missed the other part. So
we thought you quit.
We thought you quit. Yeah. We weren't talking bad about you.
We lost a
anything.
viewer because you're not watching anymore.
So Alan is still part of the show.
Oh, Al lives at Big Bird. By the way, Big Bird, we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you in that freaking national championship game, buddy.
Hope so.
Ooh.
We'll talk about that later too.
Talk about
All right.
that.
Alan, here's what we started off with. We talked about
You started about talking about boobs.
Well, we started talking about Dolly Parton, and that went into Susan Sarandon.
Right.
We fooled everybody. Everybody knew. They didn't know it was a joke. They couldn't tell.
Yeah. Everybody fell for it. You said Al is there. Why is Eddie Vedder there also?
Yeah.
So, all right. So Susan Sarandon, what? So you didn't realize she had large breasticles?
Well, I knew they were big, but I didn't remember how great and how awesome they were because I was obsessed with Gina Davis when I was young.
Right. That makes sense.
So I was into Thelma and not Louise, you know.
Right.
So you're kind of. Well, then you go.
I always
fast
think
forward,
of Bull Durham when I think of her.
That's what I said.
Fast forward to unnamed geopolitical events we ain't going to talk about,
Yeah.
especially because it will summon Eric.
Right. It would
But-
definitely summon him. And we don't want him. I don't. After the last couple of days, I don't want him here.
Yeah, and so anyways, people were going on about her boobs. Like, oh man, look at Susan. It somehow became a thing.
Yeah.
And then you had Dolly Parton. So it's
Yes.
77-year-old boobs.
White Sands with her and James Spader. Wasn't that another one that had boobs?
Yeah. That was like a weird movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know she was 77.
I
I
knew
thought she was about. I figured 68.
No, I knew she was like around our parents' age, maybe a little older, but I didn't know. 77, yeah, I didn't know. I figured she was about 73, 74, somewhere in there.
Glad you're back, Alan.
Yeah.
Glad you're back,
good.
part of the show.
It's good to be back.
We just misread the taxes.
Yeah,
White,
we
I
got,
said White Sands. I meant White Palace.
that's I knew what you were talking about, but I didn't know what the name. I remember something about that movie.
I remember it because she was naked in it. Showed her boobs.
Right.
But we were also talking about Dolly Parton's outfit at the
Just
Cowboys game.
Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys cheerleader. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the segue, was they're both the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So
We had way more viewers when they thought you weren't here anymore, Al.
yeah. Also,
I figured.
They thought it was a controversy.
I
They're
think
like,
they-
Al's gone. What's going on? Now we're gonna watch.
I figured there was
Drama.
about 70 or 80 people probably. at that
Yeah,
point.
we were up
well,
there.
you guys,
we were right
we
up
have
there.
415 subscribers now.
That's amazing.
We've gone up a few in the last few days.
I don't want to monetize it yet because I don't want the Brinks truck backing up, into this house.
Yeah.
So, with our 415.
415.
Yeah. So,
What were we talking about when we walked in the door? Shit. I lost it.
I heard you guys talking about something about music.
Oh, we're talking about your,
We're talking about your-
perspective on music.
we were
Oh.
we were giving a tribute to you. Like, we were talking about DFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking that alien.
Fucking
Like, what was your
alien.
favorite Al moment? Because you weren't.
Nice.
We thought you were
Nice.
done.
Yeah.
But now you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So yeah,
My phone's been acting up lately. That's probably what it was.
heard Al filed a restraining order over taco.
Oh, we're
rights.
talking about Hall & Oates, the music.
Yeah.
that shit's gotten
well.
dark.
Well, okay. Now I didn't read a lot about it, but
My Infinity sound system.
there was something with Daryl Hall and somebody else talking like a couple years ago or something, and he was talking about him and Oates. He goes, well, John Oates he's my business partner, but he's not my creative partner.
Oh.
He's like, I wrote all like apparently he wrote almost all of it.
Yeah.
And I think he's out
Daryl All.
using it all the time, and he's like, hey man, fuck you, you know?
Well, the thing I was just reading was that Hall had sold a significant portion of his rights to the music 16 years ago to a company.
Okay.
Oates is trying to do it now.
Oh.
And Daryl's like, I made a mistake back then. I don't want you making the same mistake I made. So I
Oh.
can sell the shit, but you can't. So don't. And that's why I filed the restraining order. But also is the performing too, which realistically he sold a good portion of his stuff. He shouldn't have any say on what he performs or not.
Yeah, okay. I was just I was curious about. I didn't really know any of what it was going on. I just saw the clip of him. It was like a year or two ago. He was interviewed or something. He goes, well, hold on.
Morgan
like-
actually thought it was real.
Oh, Morgan.
Come on, Morgan.
You fool.
He
You white fool.
I just know that he was talking about the guy interviewing him was saying something about his partner, and he goes, well, what do you mean, And he's like, well, he's my business partner, and he's like, well, no, he goes, no, I wrote most of that. He goes, I wrote most of that stuff, and my creative partner, he's not. I wrote most of it, and I have to probably believe that's true.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's me. I lost the part of the article I was going to read off. Damn it. Yeah, he was talking about the regrets and stuff because he
That's a good word. Toastfestite.
Toastfest.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm just trying to communicate while you guys
right off
talk.
the fucking fly. That is fucking awesome.
Hey man, people come up with stuff. I come up with stuff. We feed off each other.
I make shit.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, but don't you think that it just happened awful late in life for that kind of a fight to happen? You'd figure
Yeah.
again, said it like 3 times. It's like divorcing your wife at 80.
Yeah,
Might as well just ride that shit out.
Yeah.
It's about to end. There's no point in putting yourself through the stress of court
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't bother with that. I would just like, all right, I hate him, but we'll just keep the royalty checks coming until I die in a few years here. But
So
What?
so
Maybe they're out of
You're
touch.
thinking that it's
Because
so-
you're going to be out of time.
So you're saying it's that
Hall
it's
can't go for that.
because he's basically like kind of trying to protect him from selling
Well,
his.
no, it's not. Yeah,
It's hard to say.
it's hard to say. That's what it made it sound like. But reading some of the other stuff, including that 2-year-old interview,
Mm.
is that he was basically saying that, like you said, they're not. There's business partners and stuff. They haven't done anything together in 16 years. They've done tours.
But they haven't made any music.
No, and even that was a Christmas album.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said,
Mine
I
fitting
mean,
sound system.
I always considered Daryl Hall the far more creative one. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so.
There's always one that's a little better. Me and Brian were watching Cars, the Cars, some old performances.
Oh yeah,
And Rick wrote everything, but Ben was so damn handsome.
yeah,
And he's singing all them songs. Like, that's why they had Ben sing them.
yeah,
Look at
Yeah.
him. Look at that guy.
right. And then
Rick
they
wrote-
have a very underrated guitar player.
Yeah.
Elliot Easton?
Yeah, Elliot.
Very underrated.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good guitar player. Very underrated.
Keyboard player looks like the Little Giants nerd kid.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
That's,
just I mean, overall good band. Period.
yeah, they're good. I mean, they're songwriting machines. Prince was a fan of them, dude, for Christ's
Yeah.
sake. If,
Yeah, right.
if Prince likes your shit, you're good.
Right.
You know? If you get that stamp, that's quite something. But yeah. So since you're here and haven't quit,
Here's
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just read this. There's another portion I read about the Hall & Oates saga, the whole ongoing saga. Back then, in 2007, the company called Primary Wave announced that it acquired a significant interest in the song catalog of Daryl Hall and John Oates. The New York Post, estimated that the sale of a rumored half interest in the catalog to Primary Wave at that point, $25 to $50 million. Soon after, the company also bought the copyrights for about 70 songs written by sisters Sarah and Jana Allen, including their share of Hall & Oates smashes like Man Eater, You Make My Dreams, and I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. So they didn't even write all their own songs. They wrote portions of the song, and these ladies helped them write the songs too.
Oh yeah, like in
So
the,
it sounds like those ladies sold their portion, which means that while Hall & Oates still own a portion of those songs, they also don't own a portion of those same
Yeah,
songs.
it's- yeah.
It's complicated. And Hall's trying to say that he got ripped off, like one of those classic rock and roll stories, and didn't make the money he should have. And
Well, considering what
get
people's
TLC'd.
considering what people's these musicians are making when they sell the rights to their music nowadays,
yeah,
they probably didn't make as much.
no,
you
they
know?
didn't. But they didn't also.
But they
it
also
sounds
did-
like
they're
they
not starving.
It didn't sound like they wrote.
How am I
Yeah,
going to live
all
off
their
50
I
million?
think, I think like a lot of their early
Chicken
stuff
feed.
and a lot of their 70s was probably. I think that when they became more of a pop band,
Yeah.
they probably did have. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, a lot of them do.
Yeah, it was a little bit different than their earlier stuff, so they probably needed help writing it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Things are tense on Quinn Street, man.
Yeah.
That's where they're from.
Yes.
Quinn Street.
But I don't know if it's what we won't know because we don't have all the details of the lawsuit. The judge has only revealed certain parts of the thing, and we won't know more until this coming week when
bastards.
things start happening.
Is Oates going to get sued for sounding too much like Oates?
Yeah, it's like you can sing the songs, you just can't sound like you.
You can't have the mustache.
It's like
We're going to Fogerty you, man.
it's like
No-
Dweezil getting sued by the Zappa estate because he's singing his dad's songs.
Yeah.
Did they really do that?
Yeah.
I think-
The mom who was crazy and dying and stuff left everything to Amit, and Amit and them the estate that he was in charge of started suing Dweezil for doing Zappa. Those shows
Weird
he
because
did.
Dweezil was the more gifted one.
Oh, he
for sure.
was, but Amit was more of a mama's boy
Probably more savvy business, I guess.
and
Cutthroat.
yeah.
Moon Unit never gets any credit for anything.
No.
So it's not the same thing, but it's kind of funny that Hall & Oates can't do all of Hall & Oates songs, and Frank Zappa's son can't do Frank Zappa songs.
That Fogerty shit back in the day, that was bullshit. He got fucking
Yeah,
fucking railroaded.
John Fogerty did.
Dude, 20 years he couldn't play any of those songs.
Uh-huh.
For like 20-something years.
You better
he couldn't
not
even
sound like yourself.
He couldn't even play him on the fucking road, man.
Nope.
That's crazy.
He could play center field though.
Yeah. When coach put him in,
Yeah.
he was ready to play.
Yep. I mean, that was only of all the songs he was part of. That was the only one, the most famous one he could probably perform on the road because that was free and clear of the band. It was just him.
Yeah. That was like, right.
You know, I listened like 2 weeks ago. I listened to an entire podcast on how copyrights work and how some of them only last 5 years and this and that.
Right.
And I forgot every bit of that information.
Yep.
Because it would have been perfect to inject it now. Like, here's what could have happened. I'm trying to think of it. I can't process any. I can't retain anything.
When I'm at work and I literally have earbuds in and listening intently.
Yeah.
You know how many times I fucking rewind, hit the fucking back button. I'm like, wait, what did he say? Wait, what? All day long. I'm surprised I get through anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm not trying to work here. I'm trying to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't retain anything. So
No.
I'm basically an invalid.
And then all of a sudden, though,
think.
all of a sudden I'll be in a conversation about something and I'll be like, bam, I'll just blurt something out. They'll be like, oh, wow. I'm like, where did I hear that? It must have been a podcast.
Yeah.
I can recite everything my driver's training instructor told me in like 1993.
Yeah.
But I can't nothing that I've learned, I don't know, as an adult has stuck.
Yeah.
I can drive a truck still, barely.
I probably still remember almost all the stats of the 84 Tigers.
Yeah. Yeah, I get everything mixed up. I can't remember people's names at work, like that if they came after 2012, like they're still the new guy to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, get over here. It's actually Kevin. Yeah, get over here.
So like
Get over.
the last few years, we'll say like pretty much since, we'll just go with COVID, since around that time. I've worked in a few different shops now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people come and go in those places.
Oh, yeah.
Especially now,
Yeah,
like in the last
people aren't
several years.
loyal to anything.
And so I don't really talk to people when they first hire in for the most part. There's certain people, a certain type of person. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is like somebody would probably stick around,
White.
No. Yeah.
I'm feeling you, man.
Yeah. But so it's funny because like they'll be like, oh, yeah, well, Jim quit. I go, ooh, Jim, who's Jim? The guy that was running those machines over there. I'm like, dude, I never spoke a word of that. His name was Jim?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't even fucking know that. One day somebody come up, they're like, man, did you hear Matt quit? I go, who's Matt? They're like, oh, he fucking, he worked over here for 3 days and went over to the other building. I'm like,
Don't recall.
nah, you didn't talk
For
to him?
3
Nope.
days?
Yeah, I'm like,
that's nothing.
I was like, what? They're like, yeah, he was over here a few times. I'm like,
No.
like we had a guy that'd been coming over, Mike, young guy. He'd been coming over from the other shop. There wasn't much for him to do, so he was working over here. And I showed him how to run a couple things. And normally, even then, I don't talk to him much. But him and I, like, we're just, I'm just showing him what to do. I'm like, oh, cool, good. I don't have to show you too much. You kind of know what's going on. And so I just happen to
Get his hand caught in a machine.
I just go, hey, so like, what's something you like to do outside of work? And he's like, oh, I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm like, cool, me and you'll talk then.
No, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
All right.
We're going to talk about it in a minute.
But like, I do
Michigan.
that shit all the time. They'll be like, yeah, man, this dude quit. This person quit. I'm like, dude, I don't even know who those people are.
Those sound like made up names.
And the funny thing is like at my particular building, dude, there's like never more than like 25 people working there. And yet I still, when somebody comes in, never fucking know who they are. I don't try to get, like the one kid, I like him, but he's like, the second day he was wearing Lions shit. I'm like, oh, cool. He's a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hear that, Eric?
that was before the season. That was actually right around the time of the draft, when he started there. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. So like me and him hit it off,
Yeah, so
But he hates Michigan.
Ah.
Like hates him so bad that he
Is he a
really
stater?
wanted but he hates him so bad that he wanted Ohio State to win.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. But he just
he
He's like,
Shit.
they're fucking cheaters. I'm like, yeah, dude.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You think we were going to overcome Ohio State by not cheating?
Look,
Give me a break.
What-
All they do is
a
cheat.
few weeks ago,
They're like an SEC team here in the Midwest.
a few weeks ago, Craig
Gotta
and I were
cheat.
talking about it. Like I saw him at work, and we talked for a few minutes. I'm like, yeah, it's looking like this is pretty. It was when the scandal was breaking up, and Craig's just like, everybody does it. We just got caught.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn straight.
Yeah, it's
Which is completely different than I thought he would because he's been against Harbaugh so many random times.
Oh, but he I'm sure he's still, but like he said, we just got caught.
yeah.
but
Yeah. I personally don't even know. I'm still until NCAA does their investigation and says so. I'm not even convinced that Jim Harbaugh knew.
No.
I'm convinced now. I know for a fact that this Uncle T sent that Connor dude. Okay, whatever, and supposedly he's paying him or something.
But-
okay, that doesn't mean that our coach knew shit.
No.
but
But
before we get too in the weeds, guys, that's 3 in a row.
three,
Yeah.
yeah.
3 in a row.
Yeah. And actually, if you want to get technical, they didn't beat us in 2020 because we didn't play them.
Right.
Because
Oh,
of
yeah.
COVID. So
Yeah.
technically, we haven't lost them since 2019, guys.
Right.
It's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
we didn't. Yeah, that was a shortened season.
So
We
the-
didn't play.
And we got COVID the week before, but much of the team.
I consider it a rivalry again because we're winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a rivalry when we're
No.
losing.
No.
'Cause I'm a sore loser.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're beating them.
Abram is telling us to let's go, and
We're ready.
so we're
ready.
going to talk about.
We're talking about Michigan
I didn't watch
right
1
now.
second of the game.
You
I watched
didn't?
0 parts of the game. I just followed on my phone because I didn't want to be bad luck.
I thought
I just had a
thought
feeling I was going to be bad luck.
I thought that because the way they've played leading up to it, I had a bad feeling. I'm like, dude, Ohio State probably going to whip their ass. I remember I was thinking that. I'm like, they haven't been looking good. They've been running even with teams that are not on their level. And,
Yeah.
But hey, man,
Maryland is the exception. Maryland, for some reason, we beat Ohio State 3 years in a row, but we have had a tough time with Maryland 3 years in a row.
Maryland puts up points against everybody.
Yeah.
They can score. That dude's a good coach. They put up
Mike
good
Loxley's
points.
a great coach.
They put numbers up against every team they play pretty much.
But for
I'm
some
sure
reason,
they'll have 1 or 2 games, but pretty much look at how their record is.
but they match up with us. Like
Yeah,
no matter what segment
Yeah.
of the game it is, they match up with us perfectly.
it's true. Yep.
I don't know what it is.
Nope. I don't either. But you know what? I mean, that happens. I mean, look, that happens in every sport too.
Yeah.
Like I always go back to an example was Verlander. Verlander used to he'd go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
He'd go to Cleveland and nothing. But he'd go to New York, fuck Yankees up every fucking time.
Abram, my wife had her sister come here and I ran them off. I don't want company the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
No, you
Hey,
can't.
man, you can't
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah,
No,
right.
That kind of distraction. You don't need that.
No,
Yeah,
but
time to go.
But that's why I sacrificed my own.
You need your own space in case it goes south.
That's when you
gotta
go
tear
out
something
front.
up.
That's when you go out front and you put a lowercase t in your front yard and you
Time
light it
to
on the
leave
fire
town.
for time to leave.
Yep, that's when you do it. Lowercase t.
That's right.
Get out.
And when you light it on fire, that just means you mean business. It's
I'll tell
really
you.
time to go.
I'll quickly change the subject because that episode of South Park, when he starts calling them
Richers,
cash chuckers,
cash chuckers.
it kills me every single
Oh yeah,
time.
cash chuckers.
Michigan, though,
Yes.
I love Michigan. Therefore, I knew my watching could jinx them, and I sacrificed my own entertainment for the team.
I think your sacrifice is why it went right.
They won.
So you can't watch anymore.
Well-
That's the problem.
Well, it's just that game.
I kind of
but
looked
if they play Georgia again, I really don't want you to watch.
In Tennessee, we all
Lowercase
have
t
lowercase
ready to
t
go.
ready to go.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So, well, that's good. That's good. So you, whenever your sister-in-law
No,
comes,
that's
you
not
can
good.
Just, no, it's good because when your sister-in-law comes and you don't want her there, you put it up. That's it. You know, it's good. It's good. It's a sister-in-law deterrent. You know, maybe even a mother-in-law. You know,
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
2 for 1, man.
now Michigan, the last couple of years, actually, like the game before, didn't look very good against
No,
the team they were playing.
Yeah.
I think for the 2 games prior to that last year, I believe, because
Well-
people were worried.
Yeah, because last year everybody was questioning. He's like, "Oh, not AJ, JJ McCarthy hasn't shown much. His passing's is off and everything. Blah blah blah. It's all a decoy, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is. No, it was. But they called it into question. They says accuracy. They didn't know if it was there because he hadn't shown it and stuff. And then all of a sudden,
All right, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading
Nope.
that.
Nope.
I can't read that.
Nope.
no.
I can't read that.
But then when it came to the Ohio State game, McCarthy like, nope, here we go, and right away started off with
Look, I mean,
That's what he
and look, I heard plenty of people like, I'm nervous because of the last 2 games. I'm like, why? Why would those 2 games? Like, what did they really mean?
nothing.
Nothing. That they didn't mean anything. We knew we could win them. We put just enough effort to win, and this game means everything.
The Penn State game was weird because of the abundance of running plays. I didn't expect that,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There's some people that think that McCarthy has a hand injury. And that's why they've been kind of.
It could possibly.
Yeah.
That could possibly be.
But now only one more game to go. All we got to do is beat Iowa. Right, Iowa.
Yeah.
Here's what they're doing with the offense. They are showing a bland look every game, and the real stuff will come out in the playoffs.
I
Yeah.
agree.
No, that's what I said last week. They were just basically like, we're just doing whatever. They're holding the back. They're holding back.
And that, I know we have issues with the people down in Ohio and the Buckeyes, but I just want to reach my hand out and just tell them,
Suck my dick, suck my motherfucking dick, suck my dick.
that's for you guys.
Well, my old buddy Neil,
Yeah.
he said, well, there's a couple good bands that came out of there. But other than that,
who?
and that was where it ended.
Name one.
And other
name
other
any.
than that, well, Dinosaur Jr.
Oh, yeah. I just,
They're good.
Dinosaur Jr. and the Pretenders.
I think Camaro's from
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more than 2, but
I like Camaro. They're from
I
Cleveland.
think there was 3.
Chimera.
Probably
I think
3.
there was. Oh yeah, Dead Boys too. That was the other band we were talking
the
about.
Ohio players,
Where are they from?
Roller Coaster Over Love, Love Roller
Yeah.
Coaster.
Trapped. They're from
Oh
Cincinnati.
Jesus.
Oh God, man.
But anyway, I just loved how he just said, well, there's a few bands that came out of there,
Good
but
luck,
other
man.
than that, and then that was it. That was, the statement didn't need any more words.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
From
Trent's from Cleveland
Oh,
or
yeah,
Akron,
that's
I
right.
think.
Oh,
Him and
I never knew that.
him and Maryland both. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a huge Marilyn Manson fan though.
Yeah,
Although the first album's fucking really good.
Alice.
If you can
Jr.
win a
and-
game, I'm gonna read this word for word. You can win a game busy running 45 times and not tip your hand, then do it.
Yep.
If you can win a game by running 45 times and not doing,
Yeah.
no, it was fine. I had no problem with that.
Nope.
They were establishing the run, which you're supposed to do.
You're gonna establish the
I don't know if you want to establish it that much, but if you're playing,
Mike Allstott.
you're just
Look,
throwing
I
off the
mean,
competition.
Yeah. I mean, we got
Slop
a
around
really,
and
really good fucking defense.
Yeah.
Man, we got a really
Now,
good defense.
the only bad thing about the game is Zinter. Zach Zinter.
Dude, did you see?
Tibia
You didn't
and
watch
fibula.
it. You didn't watch any of it, did
I
you?
saw that video.
Oh, I didn't watch the video because I saw it live. No, I'm done.
Yeah, Craig sent it to us.
I mean, I saw it and I went, oh, that looks like it's going to be bad.
he broke his tibia and his fibula.
Yeah, dude.
He is having surgery, his mom said right then.
Dude, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you break both. When you break that, it's the fibula is the bigger bone.
I think so.
And when you break that, man,
It's
like when you
broke.
snap it, it's really well. Isn't that the
If it's clean break, you're better off. If it's
yeah
just
yeah?
clean break.
But did they even say? I don't even know.
Tibia and fibula. What?
Did they even say if it was clean or if it's the spiral that's really bad because that's what Alex Smith had, the
Yeah.
spiral,
Yep.
like Theismann,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
which
It
and it ended Alex Smith's career too. Even though he did try to come back.
Sid.
well, Alex Smith came back and had some of the best year of his careers after that. When he was in San Francisco and shit.
No, dude, he did that in Washington, the spiral.
Oh, that was the second one.
No, he never snapped it before that.
He had one of the worst knee injuries ever when he was coming.
Yeah, but that leg in Washington,
Oh yeah, yeah. in
that was a
Washington,
it was a spiral break. It like twisted. The
So-
bone came out of his skin.
That sounds like a poultry dish.
Yeah,
Leg,
the bone
leg of
came
Washington.
out of his the skin.
That's right.
He nearly lost his leg from it. Oh, and Abrams letting us know that he nearly lost his leg. Like it got infected because of the way the spirals. They get infected really easy.
Yeah.
And he almost lost his leg a couple of times. When he came back and he tried to play, that 2 years later, he was still under contract with them. That happened the first year that they got him in the trade, and they gave him a 4-year, $96 million contract.
That's right.
And he tried to come back, man. He couldn't do it. It wasn't gonna. Yeah, I agree though. He was a beast. He was a really good player, but he had that. Yeah, he did have that knee injury, and he had some of his best seasons after that when they sent him to KC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legs are broken.
I like him on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, he heard it, he did that in 18 and then led the Commanders to playoff berth 2 years later.
Yeah, he retired. He couldn't do it. He didn't do it after that.
No,
That's
he
why-
did.
That's what I mean. He tried to come back, and yeah, I know he led them, but he was never right. He even said it.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he said he was never right. That's why he retired. He didn't even finish the contract.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he still had a year ago, and he retired. He said he knew that it was time.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah, but he did. Yeah,
It's-
he did
it's
come
the
back,
same
but I'm saying he
bones.
was never right. And he even said he was never right. It never felt right.
Zinter broke the same bones as Alex Smith.
Yeah, but the big thing is how they broke. Like you said, clean break.
Yeah.
When they spiral, that's Theismann.
Yeah.
Theismann spiraled. A spiral fracture, they call it, but it's a break. It fucking literally twists it, and it shards. The way it breaks apart. You get shards of bone. It's really hard to fucking
Palatability.
yeah.
Theismann's injury has been blown out of proportion.
Well, the shards when I've
Well,
seen the
back
one.
then there was no.
Remember that one
surgery
that shard break on that Louisville basketball player? He had a shard break. It had that point
Oh, yeah.
that stuck through his fucking shin.
Yep.
That was a shard
Yeah,
break.
yeah.
So he must have fractured it at some point, earlier in the season or whatever, and it was probably just hanging on by a thread.
with
fucking
Alex
broke through.
Smith's and Theismann's. So if it's the same kind of thing, literally the bone, one part of the bone twists one way, one part twists the other way, and it snaps, and it usually comes through the skin.
Gross.
Yeah, and it's hard to put that back. They run a rod through it, through the the center. They try, but I mean,
We'll see what happens.
yeah, I don't know. That it just depends on what kind of break it was. If it just cracked him,
Mm-hmm.
he's probably going to be fine. He's just going to take a while. It's going to,
I'd give anything to
And
have the gimme
if
a
he
break
has-
as it drop.
dude. If he had well, it sucks because if he tries to go in the draft,
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to drop way down.
Oh, he's definitely. Yeah, but he has to go in the draft.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he played too
That's
much this season. He has no other recourse. He's
Yeah.
going to the draft. He can't get a break.
So yeah. Well, you know what though? I'm looking at it this way. If you can grab him in a late round,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
run.
For him though, most people have him as an early day 2 pick.
Yeah. That's
just-
where he was in this year's draft if he would have came out.
Yeah.
Remember when we were doing all those mocks? He was mocked at 3rd round.
Yeah. Ain't gonna happen now.
No. He's gonna if they if I'm sitting with a 7th round pick and he's there, I'll grab him if I don't, if I'm a good team, sit on him.
Oh yeah.
Let him heal up.
Now, so Harbaugh's suspension was for 3 games, so he gets to coach next week.
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's important. And
Mhm.
it's in Indianapolis, right? That's where they always do the Big Ten championship.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking
So-
Indianapolis.
Yeah, and then after that, the playoff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And as of right now, we know who the top 4 are. And Florida State won, right? They beat.
I didn't look.
I know one of their guys got kicked out for spitting on somebody.
Are they 4?
They will be now. Ohio State will drop.
Where are they? They
It's gonna be Washington.
Washington. So it'll be Georgia, Michigan, Washington,
I mean, it had to be
Florida.
Florida State.
right?
Florida
Florida State,
State.
rather.
Yeah.
So Ohio State will be 5?
If they're lucky. I mean,
Well, they have 2 really good wins at least.
yeah, but
Yeah, Michigan won't be number 1.
Bama's played better recently, and they only have 1 loss also.
True. So
Yeah, Florida State did win. They should be.
you're right. They will not let Michigan be number one. Yeah. FSU
No,
won.
They'll be 2.
So they could be anywhere like down to like 8.
Oh yeah, they could.
So it could be like
I mean, because Oregon's only got 1 loss, and they lost to Washington.
yeah.
So, I mean,
you
Oregon will
got-
hop them.
Would they not factor in though? They
Well,
played,
but you-
they played
but-
number 2. They played tight against number 2.
Oregon.
Us.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Washington's 3, it came down to
Oh yeah. They're definitely going to drop out of that top 4. I gotta imagine, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
Ohio
I mean,
State's going to drop out of that.
I mean,
four.
like
They're
not 8. I would say
I don't think
5.
they're going to be below Oregon.
I don't think they'll be 5.
You don't think so?
I don't think they'll be below Oregon.
I think they will be below Oregon.
Why? Oregon doesn't have that many good wins. Like who?
Besides Notre Dame, who does Ohio State have?
Didn't they play Penn State?
Penn State's number is out of the top 25 now.
Now.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still.
But
strength
I
of-
mean, Oregon hasn't played anybody to
Washington.
that's it, and they lost.
They lost at the last second. That game went down to the wire.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be. I don't think
I-
Oregon's going to be above.
They're number 6 right now.
I don't see how they could do that. Yeah, Ohio State's a better team than them.
I agree, but they lost at the worst possible time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
they could be-
Oregon lost 4 weeks ago, and besides a couple nights ago.
Yeah,
when-
and then they just they fucking hammered Oregon State.
Yeah.
Like fucking hammered them.
I think Ohio State at least 6.
Yeah. That's yeah.
But
So what do you think? Do you think Bama goes above to 5? I think they go to 5.
I
dude.
think Bama. Yeah, I think
Bama's
it's
gonna be
Bama,
5,
then
dude.
and then Oregon
Because
and then,
Bama's had some fucking good wins.
Yeah, I mean they had some
Yeah.
a tough game today,
Yeah.
but that's a rivalry game.
Yeah. I think they'll be 5. I think it'll be. I think them, Oregon. Then
I mean,
Ohio State?
Ohio State was at 2 today, right? I mean, maybe they only dropped to 5. But
I don't see it. Just because, like, I've seen, like, Alabama played some pretty seriously good teams, too. A few of them, didn't they?
they did, but they also played. The bad thing about Bama is they play a lot of their tougher games in the first few weeks, whereas we play the weaker teams early on, and then
Yeah.
but then they end up playing stronger teams early, and then
And then they
play
just,
like NMU or something last
and
week.
then they just beat the shit out of them, and
And I don't know how that helps your. I don't know how
I don't
the
know who,
committee would look at that.
I don't even know, like, who else in the top 10. I don't even know.
Let's see.
Ole Miss.
Oregon's
Total guess.
let's see. Oregon's strength of schedule is 65th.
That's up there.
Whereas Ohio State's, and also their quarterback kind of screwed them up today, didn't he? An early interception and a late interception, the worst possible times. I don't care because I hate them.
Yeah, it's benefited us. So shit.
Man, Ohio State could stay up there. 15th. Their strength of schedule is 15th according to this. I don't know.
It's pretty rough.
Well, I mean, that means that they have the 15th toughest schedule in the country, whereas Oregon has a 65th. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe Ohio State stays there.
Mm.
But your point about when you lose, it's
Yeah,
always,
yeah.
It's true. And it really, I mean, doesn't matter because how does the Pac – Washington still
What do they call
Pac-12.
it? Recency bias. That's
Yeah.
recency bias.
What
You just lost recently, even though you lost to a
I
great
don't know
team.
I don't even know if they do the championship games like the Big Ten and the SEC do, if the Pac-12 or wherever Washington is. No, they're still Pac-12, right? Washington,
Yeah. They do. I don't know.
or ACC for Florida State
No, ACC does a.
championship.
I think so.
So I mean, they still have to make it past that, as do we. So I'm not saying it's not possible.
What is Iowa ranked? Are they
They're,
ranked?
they're not. They just we're too. They won the other part of the conference. It's an East and a
Okay.
West thing.
Okay.
They're like 8-3, 8-9-2 or something.
All right. The real OSU won tonight.
Oh, Oklahoma State.
The real.
I'm not going to look
OSU
past them because again,
and the real Cowboys.
Michigan has been playing tight against lesser teams. I know that Maryland's scores points, but I still don't look past anyone.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
It's not a good idea. Even though they're going to kill him easily. Start cursing him. God himself can't stop this. No
Well,
one.
Here's the other thing.
Destiny.
Florida State is playing Louisville in the ACC championship. If Louisville beats them with their schedule, because their schedule is a pretty decent schedule too.
Right.
Does Louisville jump up there,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they're in the top 5?
Mm.
I don't think they go ahead of Bama, but
I don't know.
it's tough.
It'll be interesting. It's gonna be interesting
But
this week
that's-
when
yeah,
they do
that's-
that. What is it? Well, they do the Monday. I think they'll do the ranking show, right?
usually, yeah.
Yeah. Or do they, yeah? Do they do it Monday or do they do it Tuesday? I don't think they do it Mondays.
You
I
are
think
correct there. Iowa is a joke, and so is all of the West. That is
Mhm.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
What happens next year when
Alabama's got 8th toughest schedule, so they'll probably stay up there.
we get
Louisville lost to Kentucky?
I
Oh,
guess-
yeah. That's their one loss. Yeah, so that
We
would
ne-
screw them up anyways.
we need to say that word properly. It's Louisville.
Louisville.
It's Louisville.
They almost say it like it's Lowville.
Louisville,
well, it's
Hello.
Louisville.
I guess.
Yeah.
Pronounce it out. Louisville.
Yeah.
For all you Kentuckians.
But who's playing the SEC championship? Is that Georgia and
All
Bama?
right. CM Punk is back.
I don't care. I
What?
hate
No
him.
way.
Who's CM Punk? Oh, he's a
He's a
wrestler.
wrestler.
He's a wrestler.
Oh my gosh, they've only been predicting it for 6 weeks.
Did
Is he back in WWE?
He is, I think. I
Oh.
think he showed up at the Survivor Series.
Okay. Well,
Good for him.
Let's see.
I think he's a piece of shit personally, but
I don't even know who he is. I just heard his name before. I've never seen him wrestle.
he's a guy that wants to be in the public eye yet hates everyone.
Oh.
It's one of those people. You can always go back to
So
go back home, Phil.
Does the
You got beat up in UFC because you're unathletic, Phil.
Does the CM stand for Cockmaster?
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
He's one of these.
I love man ass.
That's him. That's an exact quote from him.
It's Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship.
Or
But I'm-
CM stands for cum guzzling, all one word. Midget. Cum guzzling midget punk?
Nah.
it could be.
I mean, we could do it. I'll do this all night.
Georgia and Alabama. If Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship, then all the chaos happens.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it'd be Michigan and Washington, and then I don't
Yeah,
know.
next week's going to be really when we'll know what's. Now, the playoff is still just the top 4 teams, right?
Yeah,
But that changes in.
I don't know because they were originally going to try to move it up. Now I think it's still like 26.
That's what. Yeah. I know they were talking about trying to move it up to 2024,
Yeah.
but I do. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Pac-12 championship. Where is it? Friday, August. Yeah.
By the way, while Brian's looking that up, you guys can check out anything we do at radiounderground.gay.
Yes.
.gay. We own that now.
Yes.
You're never going to forget that. You
Never.
look it up. All our stuff, all our social media, everything's there.
It's the greatest website.
And it could get even more
Ever.
chaotic because Pac-12 championship is Washington versus Oregon.
Oh.
So Oregon could win and to completely
that's
screw
that.
everything up.
Yes. Yeah.
Next week's going to be bonkers.
Well, I'll tell you, if you wanted to watch a good game yesterday,
Yeah.
Texas Tech was not that game.
No. What was it, 50?
57-0, 57-6, something. 52.
I know they put Arch Manning in for a little bit.
Yeah, I believe it got to like 56 or something.
That's like mop up time basically.
Ran it up.
Yeah, it was bad. That wasn't. Also, another one that was such a not good game yesterday was the Jets and the
57-7.
Jets and the Dolphins wasn't a good game. Dolphins won, but realistically, they should have. That Hail Mary pick six that they threw at the end of the half.
I did not see any of that game. What?
No.
It was the Dolphins and who?
Jets. And I said Tim Boyle's going to lead them to the promised land, jokingly.
And
But
they
God-
won?
No. The
Oh.
Dolphins won. It was like 34-7 or some shit. But They tried throwing up a Hail Mary. Jets ended up trying to throw a Hail Mary up at the end of the first half, and it became a 99-yard interception touchdown return.
Oh, wow.
The Jets are just bad. But
It was 57-7.
yeah, college though next week is going to be crazy. The Michigan-Iowa game should be uneventful. I'm not saying we're definitely going to beat them. We
Yeah.
should beat them.
I just think about like a couple years ago, isn't that the game that we went to Frank's and watched?
Yeah.
And I know that I was probably a little better that year, but still not really good. And I mean, it was tough for a minute, but not really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, at first we were all going, like in the first quarter, and then all of a sudden it was like nothing, right? I think
Yeah.
they pretty much just started,
We've had a little,
flatlining.
it's the third year in a row we've played them
Yeah.
in the championship
Yeah.
game.
Well, yeah, because the West is horrible.
The West is horrible.
It's Iowa's a joke, so is all the West.
so
So,
our game shouldn't be that eventful, but Georgia and Alabama, Washington and Oregon, and Florida State and Louisville could screw shit up really bad
Yeah.
we'll see.
Could.
because
Good see.
Well,
James Madison won't be in there.
oh, damn.
They lost anyways. Didn't matter.
Damn.
Oh, JMU.
What about Tulane?
I forgot about Tulane. I don't know.
They were ranked, weren't they?
The Green Wave.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
They do have a.
North Carolina had a chance, and all of a sudden they shit the bed the last few weeks. They had a chance of being in there, but their number one quarterback there, Drake May. But it's yeah. So not just our game next week. It's gonna be fun watching all together, just to see what happens. I love it when there's chaos like that, when all those different circumstances
Fuck
could
yeah.
fuck things up. Fuck yeah,
Parity.
Mhm. Sure.
yeah.
I mean, outside of Michigan, I want them to beat everybody they're supposed to beat. But outside of that, I want parity.
Michigan should win by at least 3 touchdowns. That's my guess. I don't know what the line is on the game. You're back. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Do you know what the line on the Michigan game is? No? I don't think you would.
Oh, Texas too.
No.
Texas is like 7, ain't they?
Yeah, see, Texas is right there too. And wait, but what conference are they in now?
They're still Big 12 this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
because they play Oklahoma State championship, Big 12 championship. Because Oklahoma had to win today to go to the play in the Big 12 championship.
Iowa has 2 losses.
That's not that bad of a record.
No.
Figure they might get ranked. Maybe they'll get ranked Monday or something. When do the official rankings come out?
Well, here it
There's-
says Iowa's 18.
Oh,
yeah,
they are.
Iowa is 18.
Oh, they are ranked. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Yeah. Figure you only got 2 losses. You're in a pretty powerful conference. You're gonna get ranked.
They had a ugly victory over Nebraska yesterday, 13-10, which doesn't. Oh, Michigan's favored by 22.
Oh, Tulane's still 24th right here, but I don't like.
So, yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right, because Texas only has 1 loss, right?
Yeah,
I was
Texas only got 1 loss.
thinking about something. Michigan State.
Louisville's got 1 loss.
Michigan State fans always talk about us being like Walmart Wolverines and not because we didn't go to the school and everything. I was thinking about it. I've delivered to that U of M hospital like 4 times.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a member.
So, and I thought about reading a book once. I
Yeah.
think I'm educated
Well,
at
how
the
many
University of Michigan. I'm
how
part of that
many,
university
like,
now.
How many fans of football, college football fans, are there that did not go to the college?
Well, it's. I think this might be the only place in the fucking country where you hear that because a lot of people are able to get into Michigan State and they can't get into Michigan.
Yeah.
So if you
Higher standards, yeah.
yes. So if you talk if you talk shit at them, you didn't even go to college. They're
Well,
like,
even Ohio State's like way easier to get
okay,
into.
the entire SEC, it's regional. Them people, do you think everybody in the crowd went to Clemson?
Fuck no.
No one even cares. It's
Yeah.
only here.
Yeah.
It's only
It's
a
the
thing
South.
here.
None of them went to college.
Yeah. But
Well,
here-
yeah, like Alabama.
Sorry.
How many of those yokels are going to school?
Yeah.
No one.
none of us are going
They
to
get
school.
them. They get them from everywhere but Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bunch of buck teeth, overall wearing motherfuckers.
yeah,
I
how many-
wear overalls every day to work.
How many of those Alabama players would even be able to go to that school.
They
if
couldn't spell cat if you gave them the C and the T.
Yeah. You think Quantavious can read? Can't read.
No.
No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna do that.
What kind of R actually?
But
That's
you
where it's
spelled
headed.
it very. You
I didn't
spelled
wanna
it
call
wrong
him. I
too.
wasn't gonna call him out on it. I was just gonna let it go.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna call him out.
It's because it's a simulation, is what he's trying to say.
well, like, see, but
it's
he
a
did,
racism.
did he go to Michigan? He didn't go to Michigan.
No, you can't be.
Neither did we. So how will we know if he spelled it right?
That's true.
I mean,
That's a good
none
point.
of us.
I
None of
didn't
us
even think about
learned. We didn't go to school.
Well, see, my point is, none of the players really belong in college, and so I can root for them.
Yeah,
There's
That's
there's like 4 guys on each team that actually could get into the school.
you don't hear about a bunch of academic All-Americans. They pass, but we know
There's
how they
Peyton
pass.
Manning and like
well, you
Robert
know,
Smith that
they
played for
usually-
Minnesota. There's
they
like
usually
2.
get a good old degree in communications,
Yeah.
business management. You know, sports entertainment. That one's a really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sports entertainment.
So
Communication.
really
The
good
pipeline
one.
to WWE.
Yeah, sports entertainment degree from the University of where the fuck ever. I went and played
But-
football.
But my point is, it's a thing that's
There you go.
here, and it's Michigan
He's talking about
State
the
fans.
Big
Oh,
Ten.
yeah,
he went to
yeah.
the Big Ten championship.
I remember
and then he talked to us afterwards.
that was 2 years ago, right?
think so.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, it'd have to be because 2020 we didn't.
That was because that was like the first time I ever saw his face. I didn't know what he looked like.
I still know what it looks like. I missed that. Oh, I wasn't there. You guys watched
weren't
the
here.
game. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't part of that.
Yeah,
Oh, when he called in?
yeah, you weren't here.
I was not here. I
No.
I had something going on that weekend. That's right.
Did
Or I
we
was
have
sick or
did
something.
we have somebody in your place?
No. Whoever it was unmemorable. Apparently.
Was
No,
that
no, it was me, you,
just
Al.
me and you, right?
Yeah.
Because I know one time we had Bobby in, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't the time Eric
That
called.
was right. That's I just remember that we did that one time when Brian couldn't
Yeah.
be here.
I can't remember why I wasn't here. You're smarter because you don't have the loan payment. That's true.
Exactly.
Or are we?
Yeah, I don't know.
Michigan will run 78 times against Iowa. That's true. I don't even know who the quarterback is because what's his name got hurt early on.
Oh, that dude that used to be here,
Yeah. What's his name?
right?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
What? I'll tell you this.
McGrady, McDougal,
Kate?
Meister.
I'll tell you this
McNamara?
because I like.
I
my-
was going to say Shea Patterson.
So
It's not Shea Patterson.
So
I
I'll
was
tell
going
you.
to say Shea
Sorry,
Patterson.
Mike,
I
what?
got something to say here, guys.
Okay.
But my thing is, I'll say this about college: I saved myself and my family a lot of stress by not going because I hated school when it was free.
Yeah.
So it was a smart thing for me to not go. I'm not trying to be the go to trade school. I'm not being that guy. I'm just telling you. I knew it was the wrong thing to go to college.
Although you should go to trade
I
school
always just felt that
What-
school period was beneath me.
yeah. When you're smarter than the instructor.
too. Unless I would have got into Michigan, then I would have been like, this is perfectly my level. Everything else is beneath me, though.
Yeah. Michigan will run 78 times against it. Yeah, they're going to run it.
Oh,
They're gonna
yeah.
run a train on them.
Yep, it's gonna be bad. I don't know how the Zinter injury affects the offensive line because he's obviously the best player on the offensive line. But they'll plug somebody in. It's just Iowa. But actually Iowa's defense is the only thing that's worth a damn.
I think they'll be fine.
Just run
Look,
at
this
them.
was
Run at
Zinter's
'em.
last year.
It was.
So they've definitely got
They've been
guys
grooming people.
They've been yeah, and not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
just rubbing his back. You're groomed.
Phys ed, yep, that's another good.
Phys ed,
Did we
yeah.
say communications?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Al mentioned that right away.
Okay.
Yep, University of Rochville, Greer.
Yeah, so. By the way, Mr. Busy, thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot, man.
Well,
He gave us a shout out in his stream.
HVACJ there. I believe, I'm not positive, but I believe that he may have got 1.5 credits or less in high school,
Wow. That's an accomplishment.
if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. I think it was a very, very small amount.
I missed all my credits that you were allowed to miss 10th grade. I missed all of them then.
So you couldn't miss any
I
more of the
couldn't, so
last
I had
2
to,
years.
I had to run the table from there on.
Hey, whatever.
Wasn't
What are
that
you gonna
hard. I was like, oh, I actually have to read. All right, here we
do?
go.
I guess so.
And then I graduated, but it was because back then 10th grade was when you started high school, so I had all the new friends like from the other junior high.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool. My wore out bits that I do on the show, the kids from my junior high, I got a whole new crowd for my
Yeah.
same bits.
Have you heard this one before?
Yeah. Have you heard about cream pie cleanup? Yeah. Let me tell you about it. Here we go.
Man.
So it was just a big like sober party. That's what was 10th grade for me. Just had a new crowd. Yeah, it's like weird thing was I hated school, but I didn't hang around a single person, but I liked being there with the people at school. They were like, I have work friends, I had school friends.
Yeah.
They weren't my real friends, but they were fun to do that show in front of. They act. I'll be that guy. Wait. Do you want to be my school friend? You can be that.
Cade McNamara.
Yeah.
Right?
Cade Mack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was a Mick.
Yeah.
Or a Mac.
He went there.
But at first I was like Shea Patterson. I'm like, dude, I don't think he plays in college anymore.
He went there and he recruited Eric All to go with them, the tight end.
Yeah.
Who's actually a really good tight end.
Which I think was out for the season, wasn't he? Didn't he get hurt too?
He was playing. I don't even know now.
Oh.
But everybody's like, they got those guys. They got a chance. I'm like, if your whole offense is based on those two being superstars, they're good pieces.
Yeah.
Eric All could be a fantastic tight end. He's got the size. He's really fast. But
Did I show you guys my walking outfit?
No.
I think people are scared of me. I was going for a walk, and then people were like walking way around me. I'm like, what the fuck's people's problem? And I have to wear something because I got asthma. I'll get the outfit real quick.
yeah, let's do that.
So I don't know what people's problem is.
Okay.
Also, because my eye, I have to wear glasses with it. So this is let me get it here. You guys can talk about anything.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of you with these like goggles on and shit. Oh, you got the. Yeah, it's like with Iowa, it's still that it's not even like the old school mentality. It's like the old school mentality. They don't care about offense at all. it seems like.
No. I mean,
They tried. It just didn't work out for them. But they always have the best tight ends.
95 pounds
Yeah.
walking at you.
I don't get it, man.
I don't see what the
So I'm
problem
like
is.
295 pounds walking at your wife.
Looks perfectly fine by me.
She was also like, she was pretty scared. But you don't think about how fucked up you look because you're just trying to stay cool, like warm.
Yeah,
And I can't,
it's not a fashion show.
It's not a COVID thing. I have to wear this because the cold air will irritate my asthma.
Yeah,
So this is what I look like.
yep. It looks fine to me. I don't know.
I don't know. It just looks like you're like looking
Hey, little
for-
girl, how you doing?
Here's my manifesto.
Looks to me like you're just looking for somewhere to go skiing, man.
Yeah, man.
This whole conflict in the Middle East, I can take both sides at a moment's notice. I can slip in and out.
Yep.
You don't look like a drug dealing cartel dude
Yeah,
on National Geographic
Yeah, really.
being questioned by like.
Wait,
You know.
I got an idea now.
You don't look like a Blackwater member in the desert trying to cover up this dust from flying into his face. Can't wait. Busy said, I graduated with a 2.7. That's respectable, man.
Yeah, very.
That's respectable.
Dude, I dropped out.
Alright, so, a part of the Sinaloa cartel, we threw a guy in a bed of acid for not paying up, and, unfortunately I had to chop his, arms off. It was really unfortunate.
Well,
Kind of look like one of those guys.
well,
do.
it sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
2.7. That's kind of that pretty respectable. Now,
yeah.
see, I dropped out. I don't really know what mine was, but I dropped out.
Honestly,
And
don't know
then
what mine
I
was.
took my GED and got one question wrong on the whole damn thing, but it was really easy.
Alan's like Iron Eagle 3 with his GED. Aces.
Yeah, it was like too easy.
That's an Aces Iron Eagle 3 joke, guys.
You guys out there on the internet in your anonymous accounts, you need to show who you are and man up. Quit hiding behind your fucking avatar.
I like that. He won't use the microphone filters
Well,
or
I
anything for
can't-
months, and all of a sudden he can't stop.
No,
He's
just,
addicted.
I'm done. I promise you.
I don't care.
I'm done for the night. But yeah, so I'm walking around in this, and seriously, like, people are going way the fuck around me. Like, and I'm not
Opposite
thinking,
side of the street, like you're a black person
yeah,
in the suburbs.
now I know what it's like.
Now you know what it's like. You know exactly what it's like now.
I can the experience. Suddenly, I started having quicker twitch fibers in my calves.
I-
More speed.
I walk.
Holy shit, I thought I was on Omegle and I ran into the Lord Gypsy. Yeah, you ain't going to run into anybody on Omegle now.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. It's out of business.
Well, it's no secret. I don't drive, so I walk a lot.
Yeah.
And
I don't have the mask on. Right?
I just always kind of purposely kind of have like just a slight bumminess about me.
Slight.
So people just tend to walk around me, but not like make their way like running across the street. But yeah, usually it's they look down and just like try to hurry up around me.
Do I have a white van? Yeah, there's no locks on the inside, of course.
No, why would there be?
Got candy, little boy. Get in the car.
It's terrible.
That's,
It's horrible. It's terrible.
I'm
and
telling you,
horrible.
man, it's supposed to taste like medicine. Here's your drink.
Hey, your mom told me to pick you up and give you a ride home.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
Slight bumminess.
show up to somebody's house like, listen, I'm not gonna hurt you. Trust me.
Yeah, Morgan, it's a slight bumminess. Like,
Yeah.
I just like to kind of look like a dirtbag.
Yeah,
But I find that people don't bug me when I'm walking. Like, there's a lot of like homeless around, and they like bug people for smokes. If I look like one of them, they never really ask me.
you do have like an army style jacket that you wear.
Oh yes. Yep.
Okay, so you always have like that kind of bummy Ricky Linderman thing kind of going on.
How long have you been in the Albanian army?
It's funny. I know a guy. I work with a guy who was in the Albanian army back in the day,
I do wear the army jacket sometimes. Yeah.
and the way he acts, he's the guy who he first of all he's Albanian, but when you meet him and his name sounds German and his name sounds German and he sounds German, but he's Albanian,
Yeah.
like 100%, and like but he's really hyper and everything. So every time he talks about the Albanian army, me and one guy said, remember how you'd watch Benny Hill and he'd go up against like the army people and it'd be like yakety sax and stuff? That's the
Yeah.
army we think of, like these big, huge plume feathers and stuff. I'm like, that's what I think of the Albanian army. I have no idea what they actually look like.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are you Albanian? Sorry,
I feel attacked.
or are you talking about the bumminess? I don't know which one
yeah.
you're talking about.
Another thing that
There's
I like.
nothing wrong with the Albanian people.
Another thing I like to do when I'm walking.
So we got dark hair there, Lee.
when I see when I see people walking, like, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're probably gonna hit me up for something.
Yeah.
I start talking to myself. I have full on like crazy conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start randomly saying something. Or he fucking told me he was gonna fucking take care of this and he didn't.
You got to start.
Why
I
didn't you-"
can't.
And
I can't.
I'll talk like I'm two different people, and they just keep walking.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
That way, they just stay away from you. They don't
Right.
report you or anything.
Crazy people aren't scared of anybody.
It says, this is Morgan. You legitimately look like you just got done moving 33 human traffic women from the Slavic area into containers headed towards America. You do.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
I thought you kind of look like,
I just immediately I thought of that show, of the National Geographic show where they interview drug dealers. And,
Yeah.
like in Mexico. I'm like, or Colombia or whatever.
I just thought you got really into the new Modern Warfare 3. or
Sometimes I
something.
wonder if they
Dressed
get
up like one.
actors because even though they'll have this going on.
Latin accent, like, alright, they talk like we do, but they're supposedly in the Sinaloa cartel. No accent. Doesn't make any sense. Hi, I'm Juan Alvarez. Juan Alvarez.
Yeah, it's supposed to disguise their natural voice. It doesn't like change their voice to a different ethnicity.
Right.
I called him Pin Dick as I cut his arm off. When you have this voice modification, you have to say Pin Dick.
It's true. You do have to say Pin Dick.
All right, I really am done.
But
Swear to
it's,
God.
I went to pick up pizza from Hungry Howie's yesterday, and I get out, and it's a Friday night, so it's a little bit busier, and they got that super awesome treat store next door, which is, I don't even know what the fuck they sell there. Whatever it is next, that the one that's always lit up when we drive by at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I think it's a smoke shop.
It is, but it says treats. They have different treats and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what kind of treats they're talking about. Probably edibles. Anyways, there's a bench in between the two, and there's a man sitting on the bench, and I get out of the car. He's like, "Oh, hey, John." I'm like, "Hey, man." So I just respond to him. I talked to him for a minute. He's like, yeah, he's like, how's life treating you? I'm like, it's okay. We're just having a quick conversation.
Nice.
And then he stopped for a second. I'm like, I'm not John, though. And he's like, oh, you look just like him. I'm like, no, I'm not John. It's like, oh, all right.
I know.
But he said, the real reason I wanted to talk to you is because, like, you don't know how much this stuff changes you. I'm like, and that's the only problem I have with it. I can do math. I can do this. I can do writing. I can do all kinds of stuff. I have some trouble. Basic math I can do, but some math I have some trouble with. But that's what they want. They're changing you with that stuff. I'm like, oh, with what stuff? He's like, the medications. I'm like, I don't doubt that, but still,
that sounds. You sound like a perfectly reasonable man.
You sound rational, honestly. I know the medications will fuck you up.
You know what I would do? I would continue to take them just so you get really used to it.
Yeah.
That would be
the thing is, I'm thinking, oh, here he comes. He's gonna hit me up for some money and stuff. He's like, all right, man, you go in and get your pizza. I'm like, all right. I went in there, got my pizza, and I came out, and he's like, see you later, John. I'm like, all right, and that was it. He never asked me for money once.
So Mr. Busy says he knew a Serbian guy named Dragan. I did too. I knew one named I don't know if he was Serbian or Croat, but his name was Dragan. He was a local kid.
That's
from around here.
Name. That's a great name. I'm gonna name my kid that.
Yeah.
Dragan.
Well, I don't have a kid, so
Yeah.
You can adopt a Serbian kid.
yeah,
Yeah. Make sure he's got the genes where he's gonna be like tall, so he can play like international basketball and stuff.
Right.
Drazen Petrovic.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you gotta do. So
Oh no, I'm giving
you're
him
gonna
my
have to
last
genetically
name. Fuck
test.
that.
Yeah, that's true.
He's gonna be
But you
double
gotta
D.
get, before the adoption's finalized, you get the genetic testing done to
Yeah.
make sure.
You got to
Make
get
sure,
a whole closet full of tracksuits for him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so many.
So he's got all this gear.
I'll just be calling him Double D.
Double D.
Windbreaker
Double D.
tracksuit, man.
That's the way you do it.
Double D.
Another guy at work does that. He's like, I got plantar fasciitis and stuff, and my doctor says I need to stop wearing my shoes, so I want to put on my regular shoes, and then I'm like, wait, my outfit doesn't match because he has an Adidas hat, an Adidas, not a windbreaker, but like a zip up like jacket thing. It's not like the windbreaker material, and then just black pants, and then he's like, but then I do that and I can't wear Nikes with this stuff.
No.
So he had to put on his flat Adidas shoes. I'm like,
Well, yeah.
I'm like, how many tracksuits you got? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, do you have any Adidas tracksuits? And he's like, no, I'm not Slavic. He's a Mexican guy, but he actually said, no, I'm not Slavic.
That's like when I found out
But
that Phil was Slavic and everything about him made sense.
Yeah,
I was friends with Phil for 15 years before I knew he was Slavic. Like, because he would always he had a real morbid sense of humor, like people getting their heads hacked off and really gory shit. And then he's like, I'm Croatian. I'm like, what? He's like,
all
I'm like,
the pieces are coming together
Yeah, I'm
now.
like, now it makes sense. Everything about you.
Now I understand.
That's where that's why you have no heart.
Yeah,
No,
exactly
that's
what it is.
Well, I know that
Sorry, I judged you. I thought you were Anglo like me and just mean. I didn't know you were Slavic.
if you're wearing all Adidas, you can't wear Nikes.
No, and that's what he said. But that was the whole point because he was gonna wear those, and he's like, yeah, but I need to support my feet, so he's gonna wear the Nikes, and he's like, but then I don't match. And he went back to his Adidas, but he forgot to take the insoles out of his Nikes and put them into his Adidas.
Yeah, right.
So that was what started the conversation.
I thought you were insulting me.
And then he said, "No,
insult.
I'm not Slavic."
He literally said, I'm not Slavic.
No, I'm not Slavic. No,
I love windbreakers.
And the Albanian
actually.
guy was standing right there too, and I thought I was going to get insulted by it, but they're not the same, but it's close.
I'll bring back Philo
but then
ones.
like the great rapper from Newport,
Yeah,
Mike Balls.
Mike Balls.
He only wears Adidas.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do this.
He wears Adidas tracksuits.
Yeah. Is he Slavic though?
No, he's from Wales,
Oh.
so he's
Well, there's some.
He's
there is-
Walish.
There is some hooliganism. They because of the soccer.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
They will wear the Wales and the Cockney
Oh yeah,
firms that fight each other. They will wear the tracksuits.
That's
yeah,
true. That's a good
yeah.
point.
So
These are hardcore gangbanging rappers.
yeah.
I do love their songs. So.
I
They're
finally
good.
retired my velour tracksuit a few years ago. It's good, man. It's good. The thing was probably warm.
You shouldn't have.
It was molting.
It was molting. Yeah.
That's probably a good time to retire.
Oh
then.
yeah.
You know, you can convert to different religion. We should just convert to Slavism.
You
So, my name is Mike Deslovic now,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
so I can.
I know a guy that has tracksuits. We can probably
Yeah.
get a good deal.
Well,
you should get a new velour tracksuit.
yeah.
Mike Deslovic.
Is it weird when you say the velour tracksuit? I think of, you ever seen the show Oz? That was on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like an Italian guy who wore like a brown one.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of a character's name, but that's what I think of. when
He
I
was the
think of-
older guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think they were trying to kill him off at one point. They were like
Yeah.
putting fiberglass into his food, so the fibers were getting into his intestines and just tearing shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a lot older, and then he had a guy that came in afterwards that was sharing a cell with him that was like a Greek or something.
yeah. Oz is a good show that people don't talk about as
good
much.
show. Super underrated.
But they had Slavs on it.
It was yeah.
He's an Italian, but he dressed like a
But
Slav.
it had every type of mafia on it.
Yeah, it was a good show. But that's what I think of when you say velour tracksuit is that.
I would say that E. Cook's favorite character was Schillinger. I'm guessing.
That was the first show I saw the State Farm dude on. Or State Farm.
Farmers.
No, oh him too, but
Oh no, Allstate.
yeah, Allstate
Yeah, Mayhem.
Mayhem. Yeah,
And his real life brother
Yeah.
was in the show too.
yeah, yeah. He was the one that. Well, like yeah, that story was really cool because like they showed like back when they were still running the street.
Yeah.
And his brother he got hit with like a bar or something and fucked him all up. He was all like a little kid when he went to prison. But
Oh yeah, in the show.
but
yeah.
in the show, like when they were running the streets before they went to prison, dude, he was a mean motherfucker. He beat the fuck out of people senseless. And then so it was like kind of, it was kind of bittersweet. It was like sweet revenge. He fucking got smacked with this thing upside the head, and he
became a
like,
child.
Yeah, he was like a 10-year-old.
Yeah. They had weird names. Nigel. His name was
No, it was Ryan and Cyril.
Cyril, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, you're right. Schillinger was the other was
Yeah. He's a
J.K.
State
Sim-
Farm. Yeah, he's a
J.K.
State Farm dude.
J.K.
Or not
Sim-
State Farm Farmers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good old J.K. Simmons. First thing I ever saw him in.
Yep.
He's from Grosse Pointe. He's a great actor.
Oh, I didn't know he was from here.
He's a huge Tiger fan.
Well, because like, Mayhem? His wife was from here.
Oh yeah.
Because he had a house here.
That was the first thing I ever saw. Harold Perrineau and the wheelchair guy. He was in that, and then he was in Lost, and then he was in that awesome movie The Edge with Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins.
That was one of my favorite movies.
And Bart the Bear grabbed him and swinged. He was like,
Yeah,
we laughed so hard. at that.
Well, they made his character so like neurotic.
Yeah.
The one scene he cuts his leg. He goes just when he cuts his. That's how it all starts. The whole
Yeah.
problem, and it was like to think like I mean we've all you nick yourself or whatever, but they made him like I remember I was watching with my sister Hillary and she's like they're making that black guy so neurotic.
He's like Woody Allen.
Yeah, he's
all,
like just a dork.
neurotic.
He was always getting hurt and stuff. And then they hung his blood rags up on the. He's like, I told you guys to not put those because bears can smell stuff for miles away.
Yeah.
And then it starts just shaking him like a fucking.
Man.
It was a great movie. And then it turns out they brought him up there to. Oh, it's an old movie.
Yeah. You don't
Brought
want
him up there to murder him,
spoilers.
and then they ended up.
What was
like,
it called?
The
The
Edge.
Edge.
Oh, I
Alec
didn't see it.
Baldwin was his like assistant or
Yeah.
worked with him doing
And
stuff.
he was having an affair with his wife, who was Ellen McPherson.
yeah.
Ooh.
So it was
And he actually took Anthony Hopkins up there, who was he never done the survival stuff in the wild, but he read everything, so he knew all these different survival tips. And he took Anthony Hopkins up there to kill him, and it didn't work out.
I remember the movie. I never saw it though.
It was a decent movie.
But Al McPherson. I mean,
Yeah.
that always.
got to pull down my hillbilly hijab.
Yeah. And but I just remember that's the wheelchair guy from Oz was in it, and he just got destroyed by a bear. First of all, by a knife, and then by the bear afterwards.
Yeah.
It was funny. And then he was in a few other things.
And
but-
the first thing he says after they come up to him to like kind of tend to like his first am I gonna lose my leg like
Yeah.
right away or like you
First
just
thought.
cut it and just like
I do remember the blood coming out of that thing was pretty
I mean
awesome.
it was a severe cut, but you don't think like hey I'm gonna lose my leg.
That's not my first reaction, no.
Yeah. Then again, they were in rural Alaska.
It was Alaska, yeah.
And as opposed to urban Alaska. Sorry.
Sprawling urban landscape.
Yeah.
of Alaska.
It goes like Alaska, Japan, very
Yeah.
similar
Yep.
population
Good old
density.
Barrow, Alaska is just a hopping night spot. That's actually where it's dark right now all day long for
Yeah,
like
the-
60 days.
Like I've never in my life been suicidal, but I could see why the rates are high up there because it's dark
Oh, yeah.
and in the winter and the
Yeah.
alcoholism's through the roof.
Yeah.
Like everybody drinks.
Everybody drinks.
I guess I don't know. I couldn't.
What else are
take
you going to do, though?
This is as cold as I can take. I
Yeah,
don't-
38 degrees. That's it.
No, I mean the climate.
Oh, you didn't mean just today. You meant here in general. I got you. John 5 for Marilyn Manson is Girls Point. I do remember that, too.
Yeah, I remember his original band called the Raving Pain.
Raving Pain.
He'd got usurped by Maryland when they were. We didn't play a show with them, but we played a show at the same place like the next day.
Oh.
So, yeah, but Raven, he had left.
Um,
Never met him. I don't even know why I brought it up. Like I had some good information.
no, that was, well, he's from Ghost Point.
He's from around here and he played guitar. That means I also am equal to him based on nothing.
I believe Meg White's also from Ghost Point or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's from that general area.
Speaking of big flopping titties,
Big flopping titties.
she got some biggins.
She does.
She got some biggins.
There was someone else I saw because I said J.K. Simmons and he's a Tiger fan. Because, like, if they do a game in L.A., he'll come into the booth and talk for part of an inning with the broadcasters. But who else was it? I just saw him at a game a couple weeks ago before the season ended. Oh, Meadows. Tim Meadows. Because he's from Highland Park.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a bunch of tickets to the games. I knew
Tim
there's-
Meadows? Black Tim Meadows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, from Saturday Night Live. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see him sometimes at the game. They'll get the camera on him real quick, but that's it.
They had college game day. They had Jeter on today, you know.
Yeah.
He did like a semester at Michigan or something.
He didn't make it very long. No, he might have done the whole year because of the way the World
He
Series
did.
and
He did, but he said dude, his main reason for fucking like because he got signed right out of high school by the Yankees. He's like the main reason that he like kind of jumped was because like they fucking had him. He's like he was playing down in fucking Columbus. He goes, and you just want to get the hell out of that.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's like, that's why I just went to the Yankees. I wanted to be done.
I think it's Columbus Clippers.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that-
He was talking about but yeah, it was funny. I was like, I know. I know he
You
was
wanna
a
get out of
He
there,
was
yeah.
a Yankee. He was a Yankee, but like,
Yeah,
you know.
actually, he never did go to Michigan, did he?
No, he did.
He did?
Yeah, he did go his first year.
Okay.
Yeah, because like he said, he's like, well, he goes, I look at it this way. He goes, I'll probably end up graduating with my kids.
That's true.
I like
That's a good point.
how people that are multimillionaires and successful, but they do I got my college degree because I promised my mom. I don't care what I promise anybody. If I got my $1 million, I'm not going back to anything hard.
I mean, unless
I'm not going-
unless I like going to school,
Yeah.
unless that's fun for me.
Yeah.
I got my degree. I'm the first of my family line. Like, no, I don't care.
You know,
I
the
got
one-
millions of
I'm
dollars.
pretty sure I could go buy me an honorary degree.
Yeah.
The one
I'm the first multimillionaire that does nothing. That's me.
The one I always
Have-
remember is because Shaq talked about it because he same thing. He had promised his mom or something. So he ended up finishing it up, and it actually was a business degree, and he's actually used it.
Yeah.
Used it well.
what?
He's actually used it well, but you're right. It was just
And he's got and he's a law enforcement. He's everything. Shaq does everything.
yeah. But I mean, a lot of the business stuff he did, like the Jimmy Johns, the Epson stuff, a lot of that stuff is just stuff that he made sure that.
Yeah, some people
the business
some,
end of it.
Some people's side. Shaq is actually a cool example of multiple like awesome side hustles. But I still think the awesomest side hustle of them all is that Bruce Dickinson flies his band to their gigs.
Yeah.
in his fucking jet
right.
because he can fly a fucking commercial jet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the most badass thing ever.
It's true.
And I was telling my sister was dying laughing. She's like, he's a pilot that flies the band. Yeah, I seen him. He was like flying in the Rio.
Yeah.
He-
Well,
he's
they
their,
did
he's
that.
their pilot.
They did that one tour where they did like so many days. They did a show and he flew them.
At
Yeah.
Force One.
Yep.
That's their plane. That's the name of their plane.
Yeah. Yep.
So you know how much money he saves them by being the pilot? They don't got to pay someone
That's true.
Yeah.
$200,000-$300,000 or whatever. That's a budget saving. That's awesome.
That's thrifty, man.
I just hate people that are so gifted. Like I can't even get good at one thing. You know, there are good at 18 different things. Like
Well, you know, Bruce Dickinson's also a fencing champion.
yeah,
And he wrote children's books.
see, it doesn't end.
No, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't fucking end.
He's wrote like 3 or 4 children's books, I think. I know he's read a couple of them for sure. Yeah, and he was a world class fencer.
Same thing, or like Ted Williams. John Glenn said Ted Williams was the best pilot he ever saw.
Yeah. He's just one of those fuckers that's got to be good at everything.
And he was in the Fishing Hall of Fame as the best angler of the fucking year or whatever when he was alive. He's just, some people are just great at everything they do.
Ty Cobb might have been one of the best investors. He
Brilliant investor.
he literally invested 75% of his pay every week, and they didn't make shit.
Yeah, he was wealthy before ball players were wealthy.
Dude, his family, his fucking great grandkids are because he invested in Coca-Cola when it was nothing.
It's coming out in cans. He knew it. When he knew it was coming out in cans.
Yep.
Yeah. Some people, man, me and Brian were talking about the IQ of Dolph Lundgren and Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
He's like 160, she's 154.
Mm-hmm.
But they did what I would do. They didn't like go into the chemical engineering and all that. They just decided I'm going to be hot.
Yeah.
And being hot was the easy path.
Yeah.
That's the one they took. Being hot and actors.
I was kind of hoping I could, you know, like she hasn't been out on a date in a while, so you know, I thought about asking her out on a date.
Didn't her husband?
He died.
Yeah, and
She's
she had a
been-
brain aneurysm too. She's had a lot of problems.
She was dating somebody for a while. But she has she talked about she hasn't been with anybody in like 5 years, and she's perfectly fine with it. I'm like,
Did she
oh,
get
no,
it?
come
Didn't
on
they get
now.
attacked by a Komodo dragon or something?
Something?
I remember something like that happened to them.
And then just this past year, she was she did a whole thing on Instagram with pictures of her out at the out at her pool in a big 2-piece, and she's 62.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she looked fucking fantastic. So yeah, I would totally fuck her 62-year-old.
Yeah, 62-year-old
Ass.
boobs.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the thing is, there's a picture I saw today of Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
She's 57, and I have the same opinion of her as Keanu Reeves in that they are finally starting to age, but by that they only look 40.
Right.
They look 40 now that they're almost 60.
Yeah.
They don't look, but it took this long for them to even look beyond 30.
Right. Yeah.
So they look literally like 42 or something. So they're finally aging some,
Yeah.
but not at not anywhere near the rate of what they are.
Well, pretty much. I mean, Keanu pretty much had to grow a beard because even at 38 to 40 years old, he still looked like a little kid.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
it,
Now without the beard though, he does look old now.
he does. He looks.
He's got the neck face a little bit going on.
But I think he originally grew that beard, so he looked not like a little kid.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I think at a certain age, you don't want to get too lean. You know, people always get in shape. It's always good to get in shape.
Yeah.
Eat right. Get your body fat down, especially if you're a fucking land whale like me.
Mhm.
But you want to get yourself, but you don't want to get too lean.
No.
It's a William Shatner thing. Is he goes, you got to be every year goes by, you got to add a little weight to stretch the skin.
Yeah.
Because they haven't figured out how to. They can make your face look good. They can do a lot of things with plastic and everything, but they can't do anything about old neck. There's always old neck.
Old neck is it's
If
really
you
hard to
can't
do.
you can't fix old neck, so with that in mind, stay a little fat, not obese. Work out, do all that, but be a little bit fat. That's the way to do it.
You said Shatner, and this is completely off on a different tangent.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
I was watching.
We don't stay on
I was
subject
watching
anyway.
a movie that I hadn't seen in a long time on Tubi TV last week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of Tubi TV.
No.
Tubi TV.
You've never mentioned it, but
Okay.
go ahead.
And it was actually kind of an all-star cast. It was a spoof movie called National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
It was
Emilio and Kathy Ireland.
He played Emilio played the Mel Gibson character, and Samuel L. Jackson was the Danny
Clever.
Glover. Thank you. Almost thought Donald Glover for a second.
Yeah.
Kathy Ireland was in it. John Lovitz was in it. Dennis Leary.
No relation.
Tim Curry played the Wilderness Scout Girl. Whoopi Goldberg in what do you call it, a cameo, where she unlisted, wasn't in the credits, so uncredited cameo, but she was in it, and they're trying to find her killer, and it was stupid. They had to go to a hotel, and he doesn't have a picture of her, but he has a T-shirt of her when he's like, "Do you know this lady?" And he holds up the T-shirt, and it's the fucking oh my God, what's his name? He's an actor.
Oh my God.
He was in Sling Blade.
Ritter?
No.
Dwight Yoakam?
Other guy.
Not Billy
Billy Bob?
Bob.
Not Billy Bob.
John Ritter? No,
Anyways.
he's
JT
not.
Walsh?
JT Walsh.
Okay.
Thank you. God, love JT Walsh. He was so good back in the day.
Yeah.
Before he died.
Yeah.
He wasn't as good after he died.
Big Bush. I like
He died
that.
young,
Yeah.
He had a heart attack.
like 50.
Yeah, he was really young. He was in Pleasantville also, which is another thing. But so he's like, "What does she look like?" And he's like, Samuel L. Jackson holds up the shirt, and he's like, "Well, here's what she looks like." And he points to his shirt. He's like, "Is that her?" He's like, "No, that's a T-shirt." And I stopped for a second. I'm like, "Wait a second." They said it so straight faced. But anyways, William Shatner was in it, and his character's name was General Mortars.
Oh, like God Almighty!
I'm sorry. That's my Shatner story. That was it.
I haven't seen that. You know, that's a movie that I liked it, but I think I watched it one time, just once.
I think this is probably the second time I saw it in theaters back in like '93 when it came out. But
I think I'm gonna watch it again.
it's so stupid.
Well, when Kathy Ireland's dying, kiss me.
he's like trying to wipe her mouth a little bit before he kisses her. And I don't know what accent Tim Curry was doing, but it was fucking horrible. But it was great. He's trying to do. It's like German, but it's like
So
three
he
other
was
things.
purposely doing shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays like a Girl Scout type thing. He's got a beard and everything. And she's like, goes to the door and she opens the door. He's like, it's like, "Oh, let me get my purse." And just like, he's this German guy with a beard and stuff. It's terrible. And just that part with the shirt. It's like, no, that's a T-shirt.
JT Walsh has been dead 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died right after Pleasantville came out,
Yeah.
where he was the mayor.
I think he was a chain smoker.
He was against
Probably. He's from the old school.
in Pleasantville. He was the mayor who was against the colors, which is
Oh,
true.
wait. That was like, it was black and white and then the color.
They were on
yeah.
the TV. and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
I never
D,
saw
just
it, but I
colors.
just remember it.
It's a pretty good movie. It really is.
It had Spider-Man in it.
Spider-Man and Reese Witherspoon and Jeff Daniels and Joan Allen and William H. Macy and J.T. Walsh
Oh, my God.
And,
and Paul Walker.
and everybody else.
There was a lot of people in it. Don Knotts.
Don Knotts?
Don Knotts is in it.
Oh, that's a
Really?
fucking masterpiece then.
It was, it's a pretty good movie. It's a good movie.
When you got Mr. Furley in your movie, it's fucking
He's only in it for a
gold.
couple minutes.
Still box office gold.
But you're talking about Keanu,
Keanu.
and it got me thinking about that Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
Cyberpunk.
Is
I'm
it a
telling you,
video
it's
game?
one of the best.
Cyberpunk 2077.
It's one of the best story games, and every quest, like even little shit quests you do, just that they're called side quests that are away from the main story you can do, and that's where most people just enjoy it. You even get invested in those, but
that's the best part of the game is it was such a shit show when that came out.
yeah, the game when it came out, it didn't. They tried to put it on old gen, and the old gen consoles just couldn't run it. It was just too intense of a game.
But it was broke too. I mean, there was so much stuff missing
bugs,
from it.
bugs up the ass. It was terrible. I'm glad I didn't refund it. I was like, I'll keep it. I mean, because CD Projekt Red put out such a gem with Witcher, and I was like, all right, I'll keep it. Maybe they'll fix it one day, and I'll play it again because I want to get into this big world. Well, it lists all the quests that you've done, like it has it, and I've done 137 quests.
Wow.
So it's a lot to do. But I was doing a side quest.
Yeah.
And I happened to notice a voice that I recognized, and this was during my stream. This happened live, man.
Yesterday during the stream?
Yeah, this is during the Lord Despot stream, and I was like, all right.
I didn't watch the stream.
And,
'cause I didn't know about it till afterwards.
There's no reason to watch my stream.
I wanted to though, to support.
But so I was watching it.
Yeah.
Let's see if get it to go. Okay, there it is. We'll put it down here. Move this. So here's what happened, and I found an interesting voice actress
Yeah.
that you guys might recognize. Let's see if it'll play. Why is it not playing?
I don't know.
Okay, you can play anytime now. Why ain't it playing?
I don't know.
It was working earlier. Maybe I'm putting too much system here. Come on!
Damn
it. All right, let's just give it a second. Maybe it'll kick up.
Just got a buffer.
I don't know why it's got a buffer. I downloaded the thing.
Oh, this is, yeah. I was just making up. I was just saying words. I don't think it actually is a buffer. Or maybe is it because...
No, there's no way that would tax my whole deal.
No, I just thought maybe if your audio was out to something else, it wasn't playing the audio.
No, it's the video ain't even moving is the thing.
Yeah.
So let's try it again. Let's reopen. There we go.
You.
It's me, Lizzie Wizzy.
Listen to that voice, Al.
Sit, please. Let's talk. Good question. Been a rough year. Creative block. Can't even say the last time I made anything worth listening to. And to make things worse.
Grimes?
Yeah.
Is that Grimes?
See, there, I said it. Me and Al thought out of this. Me and Al thought of it at almost the same exact moment.
I was like,
had a kid with.
I was like, it's
Is
not
that
Shelley
Grimes?
Marsh. Is it Grimes?
Yeah, so like literally you said it, then I said it. So you figured it out like exact moment I did.
Is that Grimes? I think that's Grimes.
I was like, I was like, well, it's not Shelley Marsh, so it's
Singer
got to
girl,
be
that
Grimes,
kid
right?
with Musk.
We talking a man, a woman?
It is. I looked it up.
Oh,
It is Grimes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
so
it's
it
her.
really is her
It's
doing
her,
the
yeah.
voice? Yeah.
Somebody else, I saw it on something else a couple of days ago, and somebody mentioned it. Something about Grimes being in the game. But so when you said that, I just kind of put it together real quick.
Well,
Dude, like when I just heard that one little part, I was like,
oh, that retainer voice. How's it
Yeah,
going, guys?
I heard that little. I'm like, that's not Shelley Marsh, so it's got to be Grimes.
I tell you what, I never thought I would like her music. I even like her song in that fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's a good song. She writes good music.
Since
I
we've
never
dis-
expected to like it, but
since we discussed her and played the clip way back with her and the Shelley Marsh shit,
yeah.
I did check out some of her music and like a few songs, and I did not dislike them at all.
No, it's
Thought
not.
they were pretty good.
It's not the greatest shit you'll ever hear,
No,
but it
it's
ain't
pretty
bad.
good.
You can listen to it,
Yeah,
man. It's
dude.
like you'll spend time. Listen to Grimes.
Grimes.
But her character is called Tizzy Lizzie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah,
Lizzie Wizzy, I'm sorry.
Lizzie Wizzy.
Lizzie Wizzy.
Lizzie Wizzy.
Sounds like a Snoop Dogg.
Mm.
Lizzie Wizzy.
I got the Lizzie Wizzy.
Yeah.
But you ain't got no Lizzie
You guys both had at the same time your is that Dean Cain moment. Is that Dean
Yeah, that's funny.
Cain?
The thing is, that Grimes Al says it. I was like, yeah, it is.
Like I was listening intently. As soon as I heard that little slur, I'm like, oh, that's got to be right.
Yeah. But yeah, her this song, I'll play a brief minute. I was like, it was playing at one part, and I was like, this is a good song. I actually like this. And it's not even her; it's her alter ego song. So even her side shit is decent.
So she's not Grimes at this point. She's
no,
like,
it's just she's playing Lizzie Wizzy.
Lizzie. Oh yeah, Lizzie Wizzy. Okay,
And I'll play a brief bit of
Lizzie
it.
Wizzy has a song and she smokes.
Yeah,
Yep.
she does.
Lizzie Wizzy was a robot.
Yeah, this is the song. It's
At least she looked like one.
song's called "Delicate Weapon."
Or is she an automaton?
I'll just get to
I already like it.
it has.
It's got those ethereal vocals.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome shit. It's good.
Yep.
It's just it's something you can listen to while you're chilling out. So I approve of Grimes and Lizzie Wizzy. So anyway, I just thought it was funny though that I found her
That's funny.
in the game. I'm like, is that Grimes? And then Al's same exact thing. Definitely was Grimes. Yes.
That's what intrigues me about the game too, because that's like you get a lot of these developers now when they put out a game and it has all the bugs, they don't do shit, and it just sits that way. But Cyberpunk and what's the other one? No Man's Sky and some of those other games. That's the way to go. If you're putting it out, you keep fixing it, keep making it better, because those are people paid for.
If you're
And they
putting
did-
out,
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Yeah, Busy's like, yeah, I didn't know that. By the way, folks, if you guys are listening, check out our friend Mr. Busy on Twitch. He streams electric music. It's not like Grimes, but even though it is electric music, it's more house and drum and bass and
Yes.
up.
Is
Hard
it
style.
strictly on Twitch?
Yeah, Busy
Oh,
just
okay.
streams on Twitch.
Okay.
Poor
The
Craig,
hard style superhero.
poor Craig
Our
is
boy.
getting stuck in a shitty music wormhole.
Oh yeah.
Rabbit hole here. He's
Yeah.
posted it all in our group, but it's some shitty music.
Yeah. Well, check it out.
Well, check it out.
I love shitty music.
But yeah, that's why I wanted to get Cyberpunk because it the fact that they've added so much stuff to it, made it a complete game and made it awesome,
Well,
intrigues me now.
Well, the thing is, on the main campaign or the main story, not Phantom Liberty, I
Yeah.
have one final mission to go, and I put it off, and I figured, well, I'll do Phantom Liberty, I'll do this, and I'll get around to it. It's been like 30 hours of me not getting around to it because everything's
Not
it
30
just-
actual hours, 30 hours of gameplay, right?
Yeah, 30. It's just so much to do. So I was like, dude, this game's just it's atmospheric. It's dystopian, futuristic. It's awesome. It's just a good game.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy it.
And you can never get bored of it. It's easy. You don't have to be a video game. I'm not very good at video games, but I enjoy it. I play it. It's fun. Okay, what else we got to talk about?
What is the 2015 GameStop chair kid?
Oh yeah,
Because I
So-
don't know what the heck that is.
okay. So what led into that? Because of the two things, another point leads into it. You see how lame the video of the
Black Friday.
Black Friday. It's one guy.
It's all online now.
It's just one guy going into it says Black Friday 2023, and it's one dude walking into a Best Buy alone,
Yeah.
and they're like standing there like they needed to be there, like security and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's officially dead.
It's all out.
Especially
there's no
COVID.
reason.
It is going to brick and mortar, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
digital was one thing, but COVID was the final nail. It's
Yeah.
like done.
Yeah, people want people are wanting this more and more. I personally don't,
I don't need
but
this
you
fucking
know,
thing anymore.
because I mean, like I like going places.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit home and have everything delivered. I just
It's great.
we're not that's not
Speak
what,
for yourself, barbarian.
but humans are not meant to do that. They're not. They're meant to be out in nature.
you need to play
It's fine. Nature. I
Cyberpunk
don't-
77.
No,
I'm not going-
outside, whatever,
It's fine. I'll go on nature. I ain't
Oh
going to the
no,
store.
I don't need to go. I don't need to go to like every single. I have. There are certain things like fuck it, I'm ordering, but I like to go to stores for certain
I have
things.
that kitchen light on. It looks like you guys saw Christ is behind you. The light.
Like the one thing I hate, I'm never buying clothes. I hope I never have to buy clothes online because I don't. You in my opinion, you're not getting. You see something. You're
Oh no,
yeah.
I've been burned by that too. By the way,
Yeah.
my laziness. I'm like, oh, dude, I can wear this. This is about my size. I've been burned by it.
Yeah.
I literally just bought a shirt like that. I'm like, that'll fit just like the other ones. And got it, and it's weird. It's not tight around the stomach. It's tight here across the shoulders. And I'm like, man, it doesn't fit right. Maybe Donovan can wear it. But Donovan's actually got broad shoulders.
So it's
So it
just
didn't fit
different.
him right either. I'm like, and I ordered it online and it got delivered to the house. I'm like, I don't want to take that back. I'll just wait until I fit into it. It's sitting, hanging up still.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like
My
t-shirts
thing
are
is,
different.
I'll do some running. I'll fit into it.
T-shirts are like
eventually.
underwear and stuff.
T-shirts and shit like that. That's different.
Yeah.
You know, like I just ordered my new Christmas shirt.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You'll
That
see
could-
it.
yeah.
You see it.
So what it led it to is I don't know what game was being released, but it was like 2015.
Yeah.
It was way after, back in the to late 2000s. They would have like laser tag, and they would have the midnight release of video games,
Right. Yeah.
and there would be tons of people there at a GameStop just in the parking lot because everything else would be closed in the strip mall.
Oh yeah.
So people would be playing laser tag, tournaments going on. It was like an event.
I remember guys I worked with to be like, "Yeah, I'm going to be off work the next 2 days." I'm like, "Oh
Yep.
yeah, what, are you going on vacation
And they
or
would-
something?"
and they
no, the new this and that is coming out. I got to be there tonight, man. And
Yep.
yeah, and then they would just play the game, and then they would always call in the rest of the week.
You had to,
They take 2 days vacation. It was never enough.
so it's bad enough that they did it for the game, but back then they would go to a party
Yeah.
that before the game, and it would be a midnight release. So people would camp out in chairs like Black Friday.
Yeah.
Well, in like 2015, when it was like long over, it was like 6 or 7 in the evening. I was going into a GameStop, and there's a kid sitting in a chair, like he had his like Hungry Howie's small pizza sitting there. He was like, I don't know, 14, 15. I felt like saying, like, dude, this is over. Like, you don't need it. The game will be in there, or you could just download it.
Yeah.
You don't need to sit here. There's no one. There's no polite way to say.
Yeah,
No one's
because
going to
there
be
was
here for you,
limited
dude.
back before. It was limited amounts, so you had to get in line.
Yeah, you had to get in line, and there would be a party.
Yeah.
There's no party, and the kid he had to be the last. He was like the last of the Mohicans. This kid. He was sitting. I'm telling you, it was like. It was
Which is now what
years
Black
after
Friday
it was
is.
people. Yeah, it was like 2015 when digital stores were a thing, and I don't know, man. I wonder if he's still doing it. He's like 22 now. Like, oh man, Call of Duty's coming out.
Yeah, I know. I downloaded it.
You know what? I think next year, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go stand out in front of like a fucking Best Buy or something on Black Friday.
On Black Friday.
Just stand out there all night.
Radio Underground Black Friday.
Just
We're down here to Black Friday.
Just, I'll be broadcasting live. Then I'll just have my thermos of cocoa, and I'll be like, hey, if you guys want to come out and party, I got a thermos of cocoa.
I don't even think they open early or anything on Black Friday anymore.
There's no
Well,
point.
that's okay. They'll be like, sir, you've been here all night. I'm like, yeah, we don't open till 9. Yeah, it's cool. I just want to be first in line.
Although they would be one that would. There's certain things that they do sell where if they did open early, I would get it, like the TVs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
they don't sell any physical media anymore. I mean, they might still sell the games, but they don't sell DVDs as of March.
No, it's over.
They don't sell them. It's all digital.
And I used to get in this debate with Frank
Like nobody does.
But Best Buy will stop selling them as of March.
Because Frank, he doesn't now, but he used to buy. He was one of the last holdouts buying digital games. And I told him, he's like, "Well, I like to have it, and you actually own it." I go, "It only has a code for a download on there now.
Yeah.
The game is no longer on that disc.
It's just a case.
All it is a case and a code.
Sometimes a poster.
Yeah, that's it.
That's kind of like us guys that
You will
didn't
own
want to
nothing.
go. We didn't want to. Yeah, you will own nothing. What's his name? Charles Schwab.
Klaus
Les-
Schwab. Klaus Schwab.
Les Schwab.
Klaus. Klaus.
Yeah. Yeah. You will owns nothing.
You will
and
owns-
you will be happy.
You will eat the bugs.
You will be happy.
Cricket
What
protein.
was I? Oh yeah. So like CDs. When like when everybody was just downloading music, there was just no, I'm still buying the CD because I'm true to the music. I'm like, look, dude, I loved having the CDs. I loved having the tapes
I
and
did too.
reading everything. I loved it, but dude, it's way easier to do this. So let's just do this.
Well, look, dude, things move on. There's a term
Hmm?
I can't remember. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I think it's called cure.
Yeah,
like KIER, I believe, or cure. It's. You look positively, nostalgia, like going back to it. But when you go back to that town or that thing, it's like not fun anymore.
Yeah,
because the people, half of everybody I know is dead.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up thing to think about. I'm 45, so the average lifespan is 76. So by the law of averages, more than half of people I ever known are dead.
right.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So you try to relive something. It's not that it's. I hate to sound. This is going to sound really gay, but it's who you're with, man.
Yeah.
It ain't really the thing. You think it's it was the arcade, man. The experience. Well, no, it was your friends at the arcade.
But, I mean, I'm good with I don't mind a lot of things that we like ordering stuff online. It's I want a little bit of things that you still have to go and get because you have to have some kind of interaction.
No, I still do that. I order stuff online and then go pick it up curbside at the store.
Like, I mean, I'm totally I'm getting ready to, buy all my Christmas gifts for myself.
Yeah.
Well,
I got
as
my
you
cart.
should.
I got my cart, my Amazon cart. It's
Yeah.
going. Some of the
Well-
stuff's for the house,
well-
some of the stuff's for me.
Well, the thing is, things were funner and everything was cool, but that was then.
Yeah.
No, but the point is another thing too, Al. I got to be honest with you. I can't delve too far back into I need to own physical things.
Yeah.
Because if you go too far down that road, they're like, all right, I'm going to buy a bunch of gold.
Yeah.
I'm not going to trust the banks.
Yeah.
Okay, I need an arsenal and a compound.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want
mean-
to let my brain go there because I might go off in that direction.
I mean, I was pretty much so when I moved back here, I gave I had a few guitars and I had a bunch of CDs and stuff. And there was a guy who had started a music studio kind of place. He was trying to help kids, teaching kids music and stuff. They weren't getting it in schools. And so he had this whole group of kids, and I'd met him a couple times at the Elks Lodge, and I said, "Well, dude, I brought all this stuff over." I go, is this stuff that?" He goes, "Oh yeah, man, it'd be great." It was a bass, and there was a couple guitars, and I really wish I would have brought my Ibanez acoustic back, but it was pretty fucked up. But it still played good. And I gave him all the CDs. I'm like, I got all this shit on my iPod.
Yeah.
All of it's on the iPod.
Yeah, why do I need it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that...
Then you know what happened?
Your iPod broke?
I lost my iPod
Yeah.
in travel back here.
Well, a lot of times, too, it don't work.
Yeah.
Another thing, I put my entire CD thing, my CD library, into a Google hard drive, like Google Play or something.
Yeah.
And I had no idea because I switched to years ago to iPhone Mac.
Yep.
Like 6 or 7 months ago, they got rid of that Google hard drive. I thought, and I went to go back. I go, I better download, because you could still download the songs back. You upload them, you can download. Like, there's some of those songs that I don't have the disc for anymore. I'll get them now while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I went back, can't. It's gone forever.
Well, yeah,
forever.
That's like,
and I have a bunch of. I have some of the CDs. I have about 50 of the CDs, but I don't have a drive. I don't even burn. It's over.
I have an external drive.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, if you want to borrow it.
I need to burn some of that stuff.
I wanted to rip a DVD to a file, and I bought it. It was like, I don't know, $22 or something.
I had a iPod that had Bri figured out how to format like these shows we would go to, and he would record them, and he got them to where I could have them all on this iPod that I had. And when I went to jail, Mom insisted on redoing my room. They threw away a bag that had that fucker in it and a bunch of other bullshit in it. And she insisted she did, and I'm like, bullshit, because it was sitting on top of the computer, the roll-around computer cart that was in my room.
So I had my baseball card collection.
And you removed the computer cart from my fucking room, so you clearly fucking threw it away. I have been through all my shit. It got thrown away. I don't know how. It was in a bag with a bunch of like stuff out of my Jeep.
Yeah, I had,
and it got thrown away.
I had a baseball card collection.
Yeah,
and I had Ricky Henderson rookie, Roger Clemens rookie, Mark McGuire USA when he was on Team USA before he even was in the MLB. I had Barry Bonds rookie. I had all kinds of shit. Had some basketball cards too. I didn't have the Jordan, which is but I had a David Robinson.
Yeah,
I had a lot of good stuff. All gone.
Yeah,
parents threw it out. I left it in the attic. And when it was in folders and nice in the plastic where it keeps it.
Yeah,
they fucking threw it all out.
The big problem I had was that when I left, we were going to court. I knew I was going to jail. I'm like, leave my room alone. Please do not touch anything. I have a plan when I come back. And I literally had like 3 pages worth of shit that I planned on doing. Like I was writing it down, and I was newly sober. And like immediately,
you were able to, of clear mind, absorb all of it being gone.
It's
like great.
Yeah, and then nothing got thrown away. We threw nothing away. I go, yeah, you did. Yeah, I don't know what to fucking tell you. You threw it away. You
threw it all away.
And it's funny because the 3 things that she bitched at most about me having in my room were the 3 things she immediately got fucking rid of out of my room.
That's a coincidence.
Yeah, right.
It's not the same.
And now I got a shitty fucking bed frame that she spent good money on that I have to fucking tighten every month or it fucking falls apart.
Oh yeah, those are.
I fucking hate that thing. Yeah. I hate that thing. It fucking creaks and all the time. I fucking hate it.
Creaking.
I had a perfect bed set up. I had 2 box springs with a big thick mattress. It was perfect. It sat nice and tall.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
So,
are you getting a new Mac, Mike?
Yeah,
I was gonna. And I think, I am.
Black Friday, it's time to do it.
Yeah. Because they have the new M3 chip.
Yeah.
And you can game with a new M3 chip.
Yeah.
But then I looked up what it's capable of, and it's, all right, I'm not getting it for gaming.
No.
I do need stuff that runs this stuff better, and it'll run all this better.
Yep.
Because this stuff crashes and is slow as fuck. Because it's 5 years old.
So what, you just buy a new chip for this?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be a whole new, it'll look just like this. have like triple the RAM and
More power
and everything. I was shocked that it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh great, what's this going to put me? Because the minute anything can game at all, the price of it goes up.
Triples.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get one, but not now. This is after the holidays, after a few other things go around, then I'm going to get one.
I was going to say, because that's what they do now, because they want everybody to buy the MacBooks.
Yeah.
The actual desktop Macs
Yeah,
don't go up in price as much.
Yep.
They want you to have the portable.
Yep, but I can get the iMac desktop, everything with basically everything for like $1,700.
That's not bad at all.
Where if
But
you
does it have GarageBand?
Yeah, it'll have everything. But you can't get it. I mean, for $1,700, you'd have a wicked fucking gaming PC. But
oh yeah.
But I don't know. I'm in the Mac now, and but I can't get it for gaming, because to get something that would game like the Mac, you get for like $800, you could get a PC that'll game like it. So definitely don't want to get it for gaming.
No,
I want to get it just for its creativity power.
Do it.
So, all right, guys. Any last words? Last thoughts. You don't have to say a word.
Okay.
One thought.
All right. Why do we have to see a sad puff piece about a fucking athlete every fucking game on every fucking channel?
Because they're gonna make drama.
It's so ridiculous. It's just like and it's always the same, you know. And they sit there and wait for somebody to cry.
They would show them walking by a river.
Yeah. It's like
staring off into the distance.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that. It's like it's just sports.
Well, we do.
Well, it's like, well, I mean, but I just don't get, like, why does there look, show dramatic pieces here and there, but why does it's every fucking channel? I mean, like, ESPN has to show you something dramatic and fucking horrible every fucking game every day now.
They gotta keep the women from turning the channel.
Yeah, apparently.
Like
I don't want to watch
today,
this game
what time
anymore.
did college game day start today? 9:00.
Yeah.
So if they have 3 hours, they got to fill. They got to find something to fill it. Start game day at 11:30 and game at 12. Start Fox NFL Sunday at 12:30. Games at 1. I don't need to hear all this shit.
Well, like even like Sunday, Lions game. Okay, so you got Lions game day. That's cool. They talk about they
stuff.
The local one's fine.
Yeah, but then you got the I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's college. It's not college. It's Fox game day.
There's always like a DUI death or something.
And then you have Fox NFL.
Yeah.
With Terry and all those guys.
Or they try to get you invested, and then the guy totally stinks up the field. He's like,
I'm the new programming director. Here's what it is. 12:00 is my local Lions coverage people, Dan Miller, TJ Lang, those guys, Jennifer Hammond, talking about the team. They don't have a lot of the dramatic stuff on that.
No.
12:30, Terry and Jimmy and those guys for half an hour. Maybe have what's it, the little Italian guy who does this stuff said he's in this week, whatever. Jay Glazer.
Oh yeah.
Erin Andrews can just stand there because I don't mind looking at her. I don't need to hear about Amon-Ra St. Brown traveling across the world, learning 4 languages with his family and all this other stuff.
Stupid.
They made him fucking cry.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's like that.
That's what they always try to do when they do the interviews.
Don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
I had another thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and it was portion control. Mike, how much did you eat at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I had to get lowered out of my fucking.
I saw the video, the actual footage.
Yeah, I saw the video
via crane. I had to be lowered.
It was banned from this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was that the one that was banned?
No, the one that got banned. No, it was because I used the song.
The Hollies.
The Holly song. Yeah.
Yeah, because we clicked on it, the YouTube one.
I don't give a shit.
And it wouldn't, but the TikTok one worked.
We're ending with Grimes, but we're not monetized, so it don't matter.
I ate 1 plate of food.
Did you really?
So here's the thing.
Was it a platter?
No, it wasn't a platter. It was just a plate.
I said
we don't eat a lot of fast food anymore, but stuff was going on. They had done a bunch of stuff to prep for the day before. They're on the way home. I'm like, fine, get Taco Bell because everybody had been asking for it. I'm like, no. I kept saying, no, we're not going to do fast food.
We're not doing this to ourselves.
And I did it. And then I ate breakfast Thanksgiving morning. We made breakfast, and then we had dinner. I had 1 plate of food for dinner. I had no desserts. and then I proceeded to shit my brains out for the next 24 hours. I'm not even joking. Remember, like you're watching Starship Troopers.
I got 2
and they got
burritos
the
calling
things-
my name when you guys leave.
Starship Troopers, when they have like the bugs that like their buttholes like pucker in and then like shoot the thing out.
Yeah.
That is what my butthole was doing by the end of that.
So what you
I was
think
like
you got?
I was like shooting out like stuff from Clendathu towards Earth.
Did you get something bad?
I don't know what. No, I think my body wasn't used to the garbage I ate.
Oh,
I was the only one that had an issue, but I don't eat it. I haven't been eating as much of the junk food, so I think my body just wasn't ready for the Taco Bell.
I believe that.
Plus the breakfast the next morning. Plus, ever since my wife worked with a bunch of older black women, some of the stuff she makes for Thanksgiving is kind of like
Spicy.
no, it's like soul food.
It's good as hell.
The collard greens.
Hell yeah.
Her collard greens don't make it through the night. When we bring them to
They
the
fall out.
dinners, they're gone. That's the first thing gone.
What is? Does she cook turkey necks with them?
No,
Turkey ham hocks.
You-
But
she does some of the, but
You
she has
can't waste none of it.
salt pork, just
Yeah,
big slabs of it
yeah.
and everything, and then some other seasonings and stuff. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
I ate some of those, some of the other stuff. I kind of thought it was the green bean casserole, which I normally don't eat, but it was there. I'm not a big fan of it,
Yeah.
but I ate some to fill my
I'm
plate up.
not a fan of it, no.
no.
My shit smelled like that.
Yeah.
It was
I,
I was shitting out green bean
Well,
casserole.
what happened to me is I had ordered Hungry House the night before.
Oh yeah, that's
And so I ate that all day long, for like breakfast and everything.
Yeah.
And then my parents were, my mom and dad were like, "Oh, we're tired." My sister and the kids went off to the Matt's family,
Mhm.
so there was no one. My dad was like, "Oh, we're not gonna cook," so I freaking made a bunch of eggs. So I ate pizza and a bunch of eggs, and then when I was like not full,
Like
but
fried eggs?
Oh no, just scrambled.
Oh, scrambled.
So I was like, oh, whatever. I don't, no big deal. Then all of a sudden, my dad's like, I ended up making a whole dinner. I'm like, what? I made a whole dinner. Come on over. It was like 8 o'clock. And I went over and ate. After eating all day, I ate Thanksgiving dinner as my final meal. And I felt like I was going to, like my organs were failing.
I forgot about the third
plates.
Yeah.
I forgot about the third leg of my
two-plate Shakur.
The third leg of my shit story was this. Was the beginning with the Taco Bell, the middle with the Thanksgiving dinner, and then like I said, I shit for 24 hours straight, or not straight, but it was like it would not stay in. It was bad.
Yeah,
hot.
Anything I drank or ate,
Fucking hot.
But after I was done, I was like, all right, I haven't eaten in a while, or I ate and I drank some stuff. Nothing's happened. I'm cured. Obviously, it's gone, and I got the Hungry Howie's. Have you had their bee sting pizza?
No.
It's the pizza, and it's got usually it's pepperoni and jalapenos. I added Italian sausage to it and hot honey all over it. I ate that, and the shitting was not done. By the way, as I think you guys can figure that part
you
out.
threw that in, yeah.
Fire, asshole of fire after that, because that's the first thing I ate, and I ate too much of it, of course.
As you should have.
I've noticed that hot honey thing's the new thing on
It's pretty
a bunch of pizzerias now.
It's pretty good. They just drizzle it on the pizza. Oh, plus
Yeah.
I didn't get Cajun crust. I got Disco Inferno crust,
Oh,
which
nice.
is hotter. It's got like ghost pepper.
That's
and stuff in
always.
it.
I mean, like after I've just like pissed out my ass for 24 hours, there's nothing quite like
Well, I'm just
the
thinking, I'm
hottest
like-
fucking thing you can think of.
I'm like, well, I'm obviously cured because
I'm gonna get this ghost pepper salad.
It was like 5 or 6
sounds
hours,
delicious.
and my body hadn't reacted to anything in 5 or 6 hours. It wasn't like I waited half an hour. I waited like a quarter of a day, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm hungry now.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have gone with that, obviously.
Your
but
body had already dispelled everything in it, so
yeah.
yeah. So of course you didn't have a problem for 6 hours.
So early this morning, like 4 o'clock. I told you I was up at like 4 o'clock this morning because that's when I noticed that you did a Twitch stream that I didn't know about. And I didn't watch it all
Yeah.
because
I started the one the night before way late. This one was earlier.
Yeah.
I figured more people would catch it, but whatever.
I didn't see anything for it.
It actually had less.
And that's when I woke up and I was like, well, that pizza was a mistake. And I had one horrible movement early this morning, like 4 o'clock. That was painful. But ever since then, I've been fine.
Good.
But it took everything out of me. Like I woke up, I was like, oh, I
You
can't.
need your body's filtration
I mean,
systems
I know
optimal.
that you're like saying that you hadn't had any junk food in a while, but I think you had a bug
Maybe
because like for it to go like
I may have, but I mean, I felt I mean,
Maybe your body just
well,
it could-
well
your
like you were
body
saying,
could
it went
reject
for like 24 hours.
it wasn't
right.
quite 24. It was.
Yeah, you're right.
I only ate one plate of food because I was full, but it wasn't until after we got home and stuff. So it was not. It wasn't 24 hours. It was probably like 16 or 17 hours.
Mm.
All right.
Oh, plus we had a bunch of vegetables with the stir fry and stuff the night before, and then I had that for lunch the next day. So maybe it was just my body finally just flushed everything out because I had a lot of vegetables. We made like bok choy and a bunch of other stuff that went into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just too many vegetables. I guess gotta stop doing that shit.
Well, you can't overeat them.
Yeah.
They do come right out too.
That's true.
So
But yeah, might have been a
prob-
bug.
I have a
might
problem
be
with raw
contaminating
ones.
you guys right now.
I have
don't
a
know.
problem with the raw vegetables now.
yeah,
Yeah, when I eat too much raw vegetables, it fucks me up.
So you never go raw food vegan?
Yeah,
Bacon.
like my one doctor was when I told him about it. That was a couple of years ago when I was first going through treatment and stuff. He goes, you know that can happen. He goes, just cook the shit out of your vegetables, steam them, whatever, but cook them, and you probably won't have as much of a problem. And I didn't, but I like certain raw vegetables.
I get it.
Like a
But they kind of fuck with me if I eat too many of them.
Yeah.
I can have like a little, carrots, celery, stuff, but if I start eating way too much of it, yeah, that's not happening. I definitely wouldn't be raw vegan. I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't do anything vegan now. I've read enough. I'm good.
I'm good.
I read enough about them to know I don't want it.
Yep.
Not that I wouldn't eat a vegan meal at some point, maybe,
Yeah.
but I would never.
I'll eat
you know.
anything that's flavorful. Technically,
yeah.
a vegan meal could be Doritos.
But yeah.
So, but all right, guys, you can check us out at radiounderground.gay.
Mm-hmm.
.gay. That's
gay.
us. One
I
word
heard
in.
that.
And again, I'm going to play the full song by Lizzie Wizzy,
All right.
and that is Grimes' alter ego, the silver cybernetic woman in Cyberpunk 20.
She looked hot.
Does she put out?
I hope
Actually,
so.
not really.
Oh.
Damn it.
But she looks good. So, and we're not monetized, so you can't get mad about us playing this song because it's not monetized. Doesn't matter anyway. All right, guys. Oh yeah, we won't be doing the show next week. No show next week.
Okay.
No show.